Central Pennsylvania fans are amazing, huge sprint car following there.
A lot of prestige to win a race at Port Royal. You know, not only to win an event there, but to win against the competition. You know, because the PA Posse, they're such a tough group of drivers and teams. So to win a race in Pennsylvania in general is just very difficult and very rewarding when you do.
Port Royal Speedway has become the premier racetrack in Pennsylvania, and the Pennsylvania Posse is a group of fans that really support their locals. So when we go to that event, it's kind of the locals defending their territory, which the Bob Weikert Memorial pays $75,000 to win. So as an outsider, you want to go in there and take the money, but the crowd really gets behind their local guys.
I really enjoyed Port Royal in a non-wing car and in a Silver Crown car. So like going there in a wing car, I feel like is going to be, yeah, it's the day that I kind of can't wait for sure.
So iconic, and beating the fence down there is like no other. You have to be 1,000% every single lap. Not like it's any different with the high limit guys on any other night, but those just, I feel like, add another level of intensity.
Gets a monster run. Dietrich to the left rear for the lead. He's got it in turn number 3. The Weikert's livestock, number 29, will cash in with high limit racing. He wins the Bob Weikert Memorial. It's Danny Dietrich.
Well, there ain't enough beer in Port Royal for this team tonight.
There's only one track like Port Royal, and that's Port Royal.
Contact here on turn number 1. The leaders get together. Hard hit to the outside wall goes Justin Whitall. We are ready to go racing here at Port Royal Speedway for the Bob Weikert Memorial. Let's try this one more time as we are back at Port Royal Speedway in Port Royal, Pennsylvania. It is race number 14 of 2025 with Kubota High Limit Racing. It is night number 2 of the Bob Weikert Memorial here at the Speed Palace. 45 cars signed into the pit area back there behind turns 3 and 4, getting themselves ready to get out there on the racetrack for Dirt Draft Hot Laps here tonight. Unfortunately, last night did not go the way we were hoping. I am Chase Rodman. He is Earl Hoon Jr., and we're going to be bringing you all the action here over the next couple of nights here at Port Royal. Brad Strasser, as well as Tony Laporta in the infield, will also be a part of the broadcast tonight as well as tomorrow. Earl Hoon, last night it was very sad to see that race rain out, obviously. A lot of people were here, a lot of excitement around it, but if one thing good came out of it, this race on Sunday now pays $100,000 to win, the highest paying race in Central PA sprint car racing history. So I guess rain out tomorrow, $100,000 win on Sunday, good trade-off.
Yeah, no doubt about it, right? I was actually right there when I saw the check being written out, and he's this generous donor. We're not going to drop any names, but he does not want to be mentioned, but this generous donor is like, listen, this rain out sucks, but let's put a little more money to the pot and let's make it the biggest race in Central PA history when it comes to 410 competition. Yep. And you said it, more money on the line tonight. $20,000 up for the grabs. Yep. And obviously, Championship Sunday, the Bob Weikert Memorial paying 100 G's to win. We mentioned it last night. There was a lot of electricity in the air. Unfortunately, got dampened by rain. We had rain this morning. I think it rained more than 5 times this morning, I believe, right? But hey, plenty of sunshine now. That system has moved off into the east, out to the ocean. We are ready to get tonight underway.
Yeah, there's the official forecast. 60 degrees, 14-mile-per-hour winds, and broken clouds around the racetrack. Yesterday, it rained 5 times separately throughout the day. Since I've been here today, it's rained 3 different times. So hopefully that is done for the day here at Port Royal. Now, let's take a look at the order of events here this evening. We'll get cars on the track here momentarily. Qualifying time trials and hot laps are the first thing you see out there on the Speedway. The format is different. We'll get to that here in just a moment. 4 heat races. Tonight, they will actually be 10 laps in distance with the new format. C main 8 laps, B main remaining 12 laps, and the feature as well going for 29 laps here tonight for $20,000 to win. Now, here is that format, Earl, because it did change. Yesterday we had 38 cars, but once you get over the threshold of 39 cars, which we have 45 tonight, the heat races go from a 6-car invert to an 8-car invert, and instead of 8 laps, they will be 10 laps to give those guys in those inverts more time to try and carve their way through the field. So there's qualifying points, and there's points for passing in the heat race as well.
Yeah, you know, that's just one of the greatest formats in all of motorsports, I think, especially when it comes to 410 sprint car racing. No matter what, how you look at it, yeah, it might be a little bit difficult trying to keep track of the points, but each time you hit the racetrack, you have to be very fast, right? When you qualify, you have to set down a good lap. You're going to be inverted, but hey, passing is the name of the game, and the more cars you pass, the more points you get.
And it's unfortunately rained out yesterday because we would have had that different format. We had a different one today, and more than likely, we would have seen a different format again on Sunday with 2 groups of time trials. But for tonight, it is 1 group of time trials here at Port Royal. Now, let's look at some of the notable entries that are back in the pit area right now. Lance Deweese, of course, a 123-time feature winner here at the Speed Palace. Brady Bacon, the Macho Man, is here as well. And then, of course, a couple of your Central PA regulars there, Chase Dietz, Danny Dietrich, Anthony Macri, Logan Wagner, Brock Zierfoss, Ryan Smith. A guy that was not here with us last night, Devin Borden, is here as well. You see Corey Eliason's name on the list. There are 45 cars. If we did all 45, that graphic would take up the entire screen, Earl, so we cannot do that here tonight. But that is some of the guys to watch for, no doubt about it, when we get into feature action here this evening. Now, yesterday, it was a sad day. It rained, and it rained, and it rained 5 different times. We mentioned that already. And we had, it's just not a fun day when that type of thing happens. But we'll get to that here. I'm getting ahead of myself, Earl. Tell us about the track facts.
Hey, buddy, we are right here in Port Royal Borough in Juniata County. Opened in 1930, a big old half mile that produces some tremendous racing. Last night during Dirt Draft Hot Laps, the lap times were down into the very low 15-second bracket. You see the 1-lap track record was set here by Brian Brown. His fastest lap ever here at the Port Royal Speedway was a 14.868. That was set here on October 28th of 2018.
Certainly was, and we know that Brownie will be here tomorrow. The former Tuscarora 50 champion tweeted and put on his Facebook page earlier on that he's going to be making the 14-hour trip overnight from the Knoxville Raceway to be here tomorrow for the Bob Weikert Memorial Finale. Now, we were talking about it a moment ago. It was a tough day yesterday, a lot of rain, and we were down in the dumps leaving the Port Royal Speedway last night. And when we were trying to leave the Port Royal Speedway last night, this was the scene. Back in the pit area, parking area, we went to get in our rental car, the old Ford Explorer, and there's Tony Laporta right there, having to put some gas inside of the Ford Explorer. We were parked on an incline with 30 miles to empty, went to turn on the Ford Explorer. It would not keep running. It did start up, no problem with the alternator or anything, but it would not stay running. And so luckily for our boy Tony Laporta down in the infield, his best friend in the pit area, Chad Hill, was driving by at the exact moment that this had happened. He got a 5-gallon jug he uses for his generator, filled up the Ford Explorer, and we were on our way through the mountains back over to Carlisle. Hopefully, Tony, tonight we don't have to deal with something like that.
Chase, first of all, we got to say thanks to Uncle Chad with Cy Lynch and the Mercedes Lynch Motorsports team. After we say thanks to Chad for helping us out and saving us, I have to say shame on you to the teachers you grew up with, or maybe just shame on you. Chase, this is an incline. Last night we were parked on this. This is a decline. Now, I know that might be tricky for you to understand, so we'll go over it later. Maybe I'll draw it on the whiteboard. But incline, decline. That's why fuel wasn't getting from the tank into the engine. Again, we'll go over all that later. Chad Hill hooked us up with some gas, got us all the way back home to Carlisle. And the best news is we've still got some of that gas in the car, and the sun is out. It's shining. Dare I say it, it's maybe even more beautiful today at the Port Royal Speedway than it was yesterday. Hey, we all know that Central Pennsylvania is a hotbed for sprint car talent, right? Well, it's not just the drivers. A lot of the crew guys that come out of this area go on to have very, very successful careers. One of those people that came out of the Central Pennsylvania area and very, very close to right here in the borough of Port Royal is Brad Sweet's crew chief, Ty Wolfgang. I caught up with him in the pit area just a little while ago. Port Royal, Ty Wolfgang, Milroy, Pennsylvania. Yep. How far is Milroy from here?
15 minutes up 322. See where that rain cloud is? Pretty much right there.
I don't see any rain clouds. I just see opportunity. here with Kubota High Limit. You're from Milroy, PA. You grew up coming out here, not just to Port Royal, but to all the tracks in the central Pennsylvania area. And now you find yourself at the ripe old age of what? 24, working for the best in the business, Brad Sweet, and you're back here at home. Are you just living a dream, Ty?
Yeah, nightmares are dreams too, Tony. But no, it's good. I grew up coming here. This place kind of feels like home to me. You know, racing Williams Grove Fridays here, Sealands Grove, Clinton County, all that kind of stuff. I think the first sprint car I ever worked on was actually here. So it's really cool to be able to come home and race with a lot of guys that I grew up racing with. There's a lot of kids racing. They're not kids, they're my age, but guys that I was friends with that are racing in the 410s here now. So it is a homecoming. It's pretty cool to get to come back here and race. And every time we come here, Steve and the Weikerts or whoever's involved that week seems to have done something to make these races bigger and better for us. So it's pretty cool.
Port Royal's not the only half mile that High Limit visits, but it definitely is, I think, one that is circled on the calendar for a place you want to do well at, a place that throws guys challenges. From your perspective, setting this race car up for Brad Sweet, what is something different about Port Royal than other big tracks we go to?
Man, this place is extremely technical for a half mile. You know, I feel like in the past, admittedly, we've struggled here. This has not been a place we've been great at, but it's a combination of a very unique racetrack. It's a very fast half mile that at times doesn't have a lot of grip. Like straightaways get very slick and the corners can match that a lot of times. It's very different than anything else we see. And one aspect that gets overlooked is it's not just a racetrack. It's, you know, you got 20 or 30 local guys here that run here every Saturday night that have that many more nights a year to figure this place out than we do. Like the local competition is better here than anywhere else in the country. So that just adds, you know, more challenges to the game. You're not racing against the same 3 or 4 other guys you have to worry about beating at a regular high limit race. You're racing against the 69K and Macri and Danny and guys like that are all very capable of winning big races here.
He was born posse. He's a high roller. He's a champion with Brad Sweet, but he's back home tonight and this weekend for the Weikert Memorial, which tomorrow, I don't know if you've heard, pays $100,000 to win.
$100,000 to win.
That's Ty Wolfgang. He and Brad Sweet and the rest of the Casey Kane Racing number 49 are ready to get after it tonight. Cool to talk to Ty Wolfgang. Zane Jackson on his crew with Brad Sweet on the 49 also grew up in the same area. So it's always exciting and I think very interesting to learn about the people that come out of this literal hotbed for winged sprint car racing. Yes, there's lots of great talent behind the wheel, but there's lots of great talent all throughout the pit area that calls this area home. Hey, whether I'm going up an incline, Chase, or down a decline, Steve Steinley at JT Power Sports and Jake's Golf Cart has taken care of me here with this Burrow Max, the Pit Reporter transport vehicle in 2025. It doesn't matter where I'm going or how far away it is. Steve Steinley and JT Power Sports have hooked us up. Their Burrow Maxes are fantastic. I highly suggest you learn more about them. But wait until tonight's high limit action is complete, which is getting started right now. We've got cars on track. Hot laps set to begin. Back up to you guys.
All right, thank you very much, Tony. Yes, we are a little bit ahead of the game here tonight. So on the ball for night number 2 of the Bob Weikert Memorial. Cars out there on the racetrack circulating the Speedway. The first car out there on the track right now coming off of turn number 4 from Minden, Nevada, driving the JST Motorsports, the Ritual, Smith Titanium Factory Cane, Maxwell Racing Oils, number 88. The driver is Tanner Thorson. Tanner Thorson in the 88.
Also out there from Gettysburg and the Weikert's Livestock, SpeedwayCars.com, York Excavating RV 4-wheel drive. Car number 29, this is Double D, Danny Dietrich. Danny Dietrich in the 29.
And also making his way down the front stretch now from Lebanon, Indiana in the Sander Engineering, Four Seas Construction, Tally, Autry Plumbing, SynCal Demolition number 14. It is Spencer Baston. Spencer Baston in the 14.
And making his way down the front straightaway, this driver hails from York in the Mountain Ridge Metals, Hohenschelt Welding, Traco Manufacturing, GL Capital, Glenville Station Pub Grub. Car number 23 of Chase Dietz. Chase Dietz in the 23.
And also on the racetrack, making his way off the fourth quarter now, driver that was not with us here last night from Liverpool, Pennsylvania, the Mountain View Travel, Village Square Plaza, high-tech metal, Smith Titanium, number 11. It's TJ Stutz. TJ Stutz in the number 11.
And about to go underneath the flag stand on the front straightaway from Liverpool into Mountain View Travel, Village Square Plaza, high-tech metals, Smith Titanium. Car number 11, this is TJ Stutz. TJ Stutz in the 11.
And going down the backstretch as well, the Wells Tannery, Pennsylvania, the R&R Motorsports, Thompsontown, Cornerstone Deli, Mac McGee Motorsports, number 95. That is Garrett Bard. Garrett Bard in the 95.
And about to make his way into turn number 1 from Dillsburg in the J&S Classics, Whitecap, C&D Rigging, Class 1 Transportation, Randy Shearer, Heating and Plumbing. Car number 39M, that's the Concrete Kid of Anthony Macri. Anthony Macri in the 39M.
Does appear we have at least one more car on the track here, making his way to the staging lane and getting pushed off now from Lebanon, Pennsylvania. It's the Adams Auto Sales, Fredericksburg Eagle Hotel, A.A. Crawl & Sons, Blue Rock Farms, number 99. That is Devin Adams. Devin Adams in the 99.
So it looks like we have all cars out there for Hot Lap Session number 1, brought to you by Dirt Draft. Beautiful shot right there as you can see the cars pacing around at a slow speed as we are about to clear the track, and we are going to wind them up and turn them loose for what is night number 2 of the Bob Weikert Memorial. Once again, race fans, we thank you so very much for coming out here to the Speed Palace, and we thank you so very much for tuning in on FloRacing. Don't forget, we still have seats available for tomorrow night's $100,000 to win Bob Weikert Memorial. You can get on PortRoyalSpeedway.com to reserve your seat this evening for tomorrow's program.
Underway now for our first Dirt Draft practice session of the night on night number 2 of the Bob Weikert Memorial.
You can see Danny Dietrich coming off corner number 4. He was able to pick up $75,000, last year's winningest race ever in track history, and Dietrich was able to get it done.
Fastest so far, just a couple drivers have come across the line. It's Spencer Baston, now it's Tanner Thorson. He goes into the 17-second bracket at 17.355. He is followed by Baston. Now Macri goes to the top at a 17.135.
So the track really coming in right now as the checkered flag is out. This will conclude Dirt Draft Hot Lap Session number 1. As we will get all cars by the start-finish line. Chase Dietz still searching for his first career Port Royal victory. And right now, the driver setting the pace, fastest overall right now, is going to be the 88 of Tanner Thorson. His best lap was a 17.060 at an average speed of 113.3 miles an hour.
Wow. And looking at the times from yesterday's practice session, Earl, is a 15.2 was the fastest lap, so almost 2 seconds slower than what we're seeing here tonight. The track is going to be slick for the heat races, and you love to see that, especially with the invert we've got this evening.
Exactly. I mean, we don't want to really hammer down fast in one lane, right?
Do not.
Slick, slow, going to create a lot of passing here this evening.
Certainly is, as we've got our second group of cars now making their way into the staging lane on the front straightaway. The first car getting pushed down there out of Monrovia, Indiana, the Skagit Speedway Race Redeem Foundation for Performance Hagerildi, number 26. That is Justin Peck. Justin Peck in the number 26.
There on the right-hand side of your screen, that driver is from Glendale, Arizona, in the Pels Tire Service, RF Knox Company, Newman's Racing Engines, Triple X DMI. Car number 1A, that's Ashton Torgensen. Ashton Torgensen in the 1A.
And on his right from Enumclaw, Washington, it's the DJ of the night in the Kane Screen Print, Brumo's Collection, HenryCars.com, Caravan Trailer, Self-Storage at Tahali, number 9 of Casey Kane. Casey Kane in the number 9.
Also staging out there on the front straightaway from New Freedom in the DL George & Sons, West End Sunoco, Legenfelter Mechanical, Beavers Auto Body. Car number 27S, that's Robbie Kendall. Robbie Kendall in the 27S.
Another driver that is in this practice session, he comes to us out of Dillsburg, Pennsylvania. It's the Chet's Trunks RV 4-wheel drive, Eric's Tent Shop, Bruner's Service Center, number 47K of Cody Lehman. Cody Lehman in the 47K.
And also getting shoved off here on the main straightaway, this driver is from Elverston, the Charpak Cole, Moose Meadow, CNC Landscaping, Tensor Aviation. Car number 35, that's Austin Bishop. Austin Bishop in the 35.
And one of our Race Shredine Foundation Rookie of the Year contenders gets shoved off on the front stretch now. From Locust Grove, Oklahoma, in the Pella Avanti Windows and Doors, Big Spring Car Wash, Water Treatment by Design number 13. The driver is Dason Persley. Dason Persley in the 13.
And I believe this is our final driver out here for hot lap session number 2 from Harrisonville and the Santa Brothers, McMcGee Motorsports, John Knight Racing, Coleman Farms, Alexander Financial Group. Car number 55, that's the pilot, Logan Wagner. Logan Wagner in the 55.
Those are the drivers in our second of 6 Dirt Draft practice sessions here tonight at the Port Royal Speedway. If you don't know what Dirt Draft is, well, check out in the App Store. Make sure to go over to Dirt Draft on the App Store, and you can get a $100,000 salary there. You pick a couple of drivers. As long as those drivers stay under that $100,000 salary, you can earn points. You can play against your friends. This year, Dirt Draft has a new league function where you can play just against a certain group of people instead of playing against a bunch of random people you don't know or 300 other people. If you want to go just against one of your best friends, then the new league function is perfect. Also, new subscribers, as you saw there, get a free t-shirt, a free Dirt Draft t-shirt when you sign up on the Dirt Draft app. So we're underway now with our second practice session of the night.
Casey Kane getting the green flag right now. He sits 7th in the point standings for the Kubota High Limit Racing Series.
Casey with 2 second-place finishes on the year. One came at the Kern Raceway in Bakersfield, California. The other one at the Central Arizona Raceway. And there is Ashton Torgerson. Now Robbie Kendall coming across the line. The Stewart 27S, as we take a look at some of the lap times that have come across the screen. Fastest in this one appears to be Garrett Bard, I believe, is out there. He was 6th quick overall. Actually, Bard not in this group. He was in the first group there. Looks like Justin Peck the fastest. Now Casey Kane to 7th quick at a 17.497. Peck is 9th overall. Logan Wagner back in 11th. So track slowing down quickly here.
So cars will come by and get the checker flag, and then they will make that hard left-hand turn to meet their crew in the infield to get prepared for this evening's Packers Concessions qualifying. Whoever sets fast time overall for tonight's qualifying will start their night off $500 strong. That's courtesy from our friends at Packers Concessions.
So Casey Kane, the fastest in that second group, and he was 7th quick overall at 17.497 seconds. Still the fastest overall in hot laps this evening is Tanner Thorson at 17.060. Anthony Macri in 2nd, Devin Adams in 3rd, Spencer Baste in 4th, and Chase Dietz in 5th. Then Garrett Bard, Kane, Danny Dietrich, Justin Peck, and TJ Stutz, the top 10. We've still got a lot more cars to come out. That was just the second group. We've still got 4 more to come onto the racetrack, Earl.
You can already see them staging here on the front stretch from Indianapolis, Indiana, in the NOS Energy Drink, Spire Motorsports, Elliott Custom Trailers, Carts, Brandt's Professional Agriculture, Gainbridge. Car number 7BC, this is Sunshine, Tyler Courtney. Tyler Courtney in the 7BC.
And getting fired off right next to him from Fayetteville, Pennsylvania, the Drohan Brick, Gotchenauer and Sons, Glenville Station, Conduit Connections number 12D. That is Lance DeWeese. Lance DeWeese in car number 12D.
And going into turn number 2, this driver is from Apollo in the Mercedes Motorsports, Ducati of Pittsburgh, Hollywood Blasting and Coating, Mountain Mechanical, MAV Motorsports. Car number 42, that's Cy Lynch. Cy Lynch in the 42.
And also on the racetrack in turn number 2 now from New Oxford, Pennsylvania, the Imes Auctions, Weaver's Body Shop, Big Daddy's Grill and Chill. KR Perry Trucking number 33, that is Gerard McIntyre. Gerard McIntyre in the 33.
And rolling on the bottom side there in the middle of turns number 1 and 2, the driver is from Clue, Texas in the Fulkins Brothers Trucking, Power Plus, STC, American Table, Bargain Barn. Car number 87, that's Aaron Reitzel. Aaron Reitzel in the 87.
Another driver making his way down the backstretch from Grass Valley, California, in the Napa Auto Parts, Brumos Collection, Durst Incorporated Factory Cane, Self Storage at Tahali, number 49. That is the Big Cat, Brad Sweet. Brad Sweet in the 49.
And about to roll underneath the Bobby Rahal scoreboard. He is from York Springs in the Zemco Headers, MEI, Matco Tools, Providence Motorsports. Car number 45S, that's Samuel Miller. Samuel Miller in the 45S.
And the final car on the racetrack for this session, the current points leader here at Port Royal Speedway. From Jonestown, Pennsylvania, the Low Bar Incorporated, Moose Selzy Bar and Grill, Heavy Equipment, Low Bar Associates, Milton Hershey School number 8. That is Brock Zierfoss. Brock Zierfoss in the number 8. green lights come on. Dirt Draft Hot Lap session number 3 is underway here at Port Royal.
Samuel Miller coming up the speed down the back straightaway. As right now, Tanner Thorson still fastest overall here in Dirt Draft Hot Laps.
I know Hot Laps doesn't pay much, but if he could stay there, that would be big for that team. I was talking to Brent Marvel, one of the crew members on that team. He said, we were fast in Hot Laps yesterday. That does not happen very often. So if they stay at the top of the board, that might be a good sign for things to come for that Ron Gross Motorsports number 88 team.
Brad Treat, the points leader for Kubota High Limit Racing Series. He has 2 wins so far this year. Was able to get a win at the Paris Auto Speedway in Central Arizona.
Fastest car in this session is Lance DeWeese, and he is 14th overall at 17.804, 178.04. Behind him, it's Reitzel back in 16th, Cy Lynch is 17th, Brad Sweet 19th. So track falling off considerably as the yellow flag comes out, and that will do it for our 3rd practice session of the night. Lance DeWeese is the fastest, 17.804 for car number 12. Everyone's still trailing Taylor Thorson at a 17.060. Then Anthony Macri, Devin Adams, Spencer Baston, Chase Dietz, the top 5. Garrett Bard, Casey Kane, Danny Dietrich, Justin Peck, and TJ Stutz, the top 10. Now, if somebody can jump into the top 10 at this point, Earl, they probably got a pretty good piece for qualifying.
Yeah, I would say so. So we're going to have to see how the next group fares out, as they are already starting to get shoved off here onto the front stretch. Right there, you see the driver from Northport, Florida, in the Global Link Moxie Sports Advisors Creative Product Group's car number 24D. That's Danny Sams III. Danny Sams III in the 24D.
And lined up next to him, a fellow Rookie of the Year contender from Waco, Texas, driving the all-ball your alternative, Infamous Inc., Bush's Chicken, Flint Rock Ranch, Easy Print number 9R. That is the quickest chicken, Chase Randall. Chase Randall in the 9R.
And from Broken Arrow, Oklahoma, in the Concord American Flagpole, Racer Magazine, High Performance Lubricants, Mac Creek Concrete. Car number 20, that's Brady Bacon. Brady Bacon in the 20.
And also getting fired off now, down the front straightaway, the driver out of Selinsgrove, Pennsylvania. That's the Ag Source, Packers Concessions, Creasy Signs, Goff Racing number 12. That is Blaine Heimbach. Blaine Heimbach in the number 12H.
And trailing Heimbach, he is from Ephrata and the Fleet Reps, Reeser Motorsports, the Tree Center, Keystone Ag Spray. Car number 45, that's Jeff Halligan. Jeff Halligan in the 45.
Another driver that was not with us here last night. It's going to be the driver to Mechanicsburg, Pennsylvania, the Hollander Allebach Racing, Old Milwaukee, Orange Gray Brewing, Beer Hill Gang. Number 5W, it's Lucas Wolf. Lucas Wolf in the 5W. So that is it for our 4th group of practice. We have 2 more after this with 45 cars. We have 6 groups of practice sessions. This is number 4. And we'll see if anybody can jump into the top 10 on the timing sheet. In that last group, it was Lance DeWeese, 14th overall, the best, at 17.804. Tanner Thorson still the mark to beat, 17.060.
Brady Bacon will bring it off a corner number 4. Good to have him back in action here at the Port Royal Speedway in a winged 410 sprint car.
Certainly been a while for Brady here at Port Royal with the wing on. He's a 2-time USAC winner here at the Speed Palace. He was 12th with the All-Stars back in 2017. Best career finish with the wing on the car. Does have 2 top 5s this season with High Limit Racing. One of those coming at Las Vegas Motor Speedway.
Danny Sam sits 11th right now in High Limit point standings with 1 top 10 finish in 13 starts.
Fastest driver in this group appears to be Blaine Heimbach, back in the 21st position at 18.222. So Blaine Heimbach, the fastest cars coming across the line. Randall, Sams, Wolf, Bacon, all down there, 25th, 26th, 27th, 28th. As the checkered is out on that group of cars, and it looks to be official. The fastest driver in that session was Blaine Heimbach in the number 12H, 18.222 seconds for the driver out of Selinsgrove. Tanner Thorson still showing the way, and I would have to imagine that it's probably going to stay that way. 17.060. Macri 17.135. Adams 17.270. Baston 17.380. And Dietz at 17.441 are the top 5 times. As we are more than halfway through practice, we got 2 more groups left to come out of the racetrack.
And first one able to stage here. He is from Sussex, New Jersey, in the Dave Franek Auto Sales Rapid Tire Escape Power Sports Plus Atlantic Battery Systems, car number 28F. That is no panic, Davey Franek. Davey Franek in the 28F.
And lined up next to him from Medford, New Jersey, in the Mid-Atlantic Transportation, J.G. Cronenberger, Milky Way Restaurant, RBH Group number 67. It is Justin Whittle. Justin Whittle in the 67.
And from Visalia, California, in the Iowa Barnstormers, Des Moines Industrial Products, Jersey Freeze, Landis, car number 2KS. That's Corey Eliason. Corey Eliason in the 2KS.
Another driver getting pushed off down the front stretch now. He's from Sealands Grove, Pennsylvania, in the Rose Post, Center Roofing and Contracting, Victory Auto, BK Motorsports, number 77. It's Michael Walter. Michael Walter in the 77.
And from Myerstown, in the M&M Painting and Construction, McGrew Equipment Auctions, Baps Paints, Livewire Customs, car number 19. This is the Myerstown Missile of Brent Marks. Brent Marks in the 19.
And also rolling into turn number 1 now from Kokomo, Indiana, the Indy Race Parts, DKW Transport, Charlie Garrett Racing Engines, Chalk Sticks Torsion Bars, number 71. It's the law firm, Parker Price Miller.
And I found a car out there in this hot lap session from Harrisonville, in the Mac McKee Motorsports, John Knight Racing, G&P Distributors, Santa Brothers, car number 55W. It's the legend, Mike Wagner. Mike Wagner in the 55W.
Those are the drivers in our 5th of 6 practice sessions on night number 2 of the Bob Weikert Memorial here at Port Royal Speedway. As the flagman gives him the signal, start winding him up, get him up to speed. As we inch closer and closer to Capital Custom Trailer qualifying here tonight.
Last year's track champion here at the Port Royal Speedway, Mike Wagner, about to come up to speed there in turns number 3 and 4. Brent Marks, he has 1 win so far in the 2025 racing season with the Kubota High Limit Racing Series. That came at the Texas Motor Speedway.
There is Parker Price Miller, a local winner earlier this year at the Lernerville Speedway in Sarver, Pennsylvania. His 1 win on the year, former High Limit Racing full-time driver.
Justin Whittle, he was able to finish 4th in last weekend's competition here at the Port Royal Speedway.
So as you can imagine, nobody jumping into the top 10, let alone the top 20. Fastest car in this group appears to be Justin Whittle back in the 27th position. Actually, Mike Wagner up to 21st quick now at 18.182. Checkered flag is out. Now Whittle into the top 20 at 19th overall. 18.063 for the 67 car. So checkered is out, yellow lights come on. Fastest driver in that session and 19th overall, the 67 of Justin Whittle. 18.063, 18.063. Tanner Thorson still showing the way at the top of the speed chart, 17.060. No change among the top 10. Behind Whittle, the next fastest car in that group appeared to be Mike Wagner, 22nd overall at an 18.182. Down the order of ways was Michael Walter. He was 31st quick at 18.491. Corey Eliason 32nd. Brent Marks 33rd. Parker Price Miller 34th. Davey Franek 37th. Just to give you an idea as to what the speeds are looking like this late in hot laps.
So final session of cars coming out for Dirt Draft Hot Laps. You see him staging right there on the front straightaway. He's from St. Helena, California. In the Rico Abreu Curb Agajanian Racing, Bear Painting, Waste Connections, Spankin' Motorsports, ArcZone.com. Car number 24, that's Rico Abreu. Rico Abreu in the 24.
And a driver that was not with us here last night, making his way down the front stretch now. From Raymond, Washington, the CEI Crane and Rigging, Starrett Services, DB Power Washing, TR Crane, number 45B, that is Devin Borden. Devin Borden, the former Port Royal Speedway track champion in the 45B.
Also making his way off of corner number 2 from Fonda, New York, in the St. Lawrence Radiology, Charles Tibbetts Masonry, B&B Property Service, TLM Landscaping, car number 01, that's Danny Varon. Danny Varon in the 01.
And also on the track for this session, the driver comes to us out of Kunkletown, Pennsylvania. It's the Glenville Station, Jetco, Cranks Oval Track Parts, Downs Automotive number 69K. It's Ryan Smith. Ryan Smith in the 69K.
And about to go underneath the flag stand from Geneva, New York, in the Fratto Curbing Speedway Performance DMI Racing Components. Car number 22P, it's Jonathan Preston. Jonathan Preston in the 22P.
2 more drivers set to come onto the track for this group. Also out there from Lubbock, Texas, it's the Horizon Whiskey, Nice Crete and Landis, ShopTruckParts.com, PhilPools.com. High Performance Lubricants number 5. It's Brenham Crouch. Brenham Crouch in the number 5.
And final car out there from Grantville in the J&S Classics, Click Lewis Cars, Randy Shearer Plumbing and Heating, Jim Holler's Maple Syrup. Car number 22, that's Doug Hammaker. Doug Hammaker in the 22.
This will be the final group of cars for Dirt Draft Hot Laps here tonight, waiting for a push truck or two for Brenham Crouch along with Doug Hammaker down there before we get underway. And then after this, we'll get straight into qualifying. 3 cars at a time, 2 laps on the clock, and that will set them up for those heat races later on. Remember, an 8-car invert in the heat races here tonight with the Bob Weikert Memorial format. And the points are so important. Qualifying for your fastest qualifier, 150, and then so on and so forth. 3 points down the line, 147, 144, 141, 138, all the way back through the field. So keep that in mind as qualifying time trials goes on here in just a few moments. Seems only fitting the 29 would go out, first car out to qualify, huh, Earl?
Yeah, right. And we even, we didn't plan that. That's just how
yes, correct.
It happened. All right, let's clear the air here. We did not plan that. But once again, race fans, don't forget tomorrow's finale, paying $100,000 to win. If you would like to secure your seat for tomorrow night's action here in the main grandstands, make sure you go to PortRoyalSpeedway.com to do so.
Getting a look at Brady Bacon as he prepares himself to go out to qualify. He's right in the middle of the field. I would say looking at him maybe about the 32nd car to qualify here tonight. As Brady Bacon, it's good to see him racing tonight with that Michael number 20 car in the Concord American Flagpole machine as we're underway now with our final practice session of the night.
I already see Brenham Crouch starting to move that top wing backwards. He has been in competition here the last couple of weeks. The last time he was here in weekly competition, he was able to get a 13th place finish on April 26th.
And there is Danny Varon. Great to see him here tonight. One of New York's finest. He got a top 5 finish against Hylam Racing just a few weeks back at the Ransomville Speedway. Top 5 run. It was his first 410 race of the year. Tonight, just his second 410 race of the season.
Ryan Smith right there in the 69K already has 2 wins here at the Speed Palace in the 2025 racing season. With a track surface like this, Donnie Kreitz and Davey Brown are definitely going to be licking their chops here tonight and tomorrow.
Yeah, Ryan Smith, one of the fastest cars in this group. He's in the 30th position at 18.374. There's Jonathan Preston, fast time qualifier back at Ransomville in New York a few weeks back. So Preston and Varon, 2 guys that have shown success this year with Hylam Racing, as that will wrap things up for that group of cars. And our final practice session of the night, looking at the speed charts there, the fastest driver that I can see is Rico Abreu, 28th overall at 18.301. He was 28th. Ryan Smith was in that group, 30th overall at 18.374. Also, we had Danny Varon back in 38th quick as well. So track very, very slow as we make our way towards Capital Custom Trailer qualifying, which is up next, Earl.
So drivers are going to make their final adjustments. Once again, whoever sets fast time overall here during qualifying is going to start their night off strong with $500 courtesy of Packers Concessions.
Capital Renegade Custom Trailers and Coaches are the #1 Renegade Totorome dealers and the #1 Intech trailer dealers. No one sells more Totoromes or Intech trailers than Capital Renegade Custom Trailers and Coaches. If you're in the market for a Totorome or a trailer, trust the people that are there in the pits with you and that support the sport. Check out their complete lineup at CapitalRenegade.com. 3 cars at a time, 2 laps. Points are on the line. It is 1 flight of qualifying, so there's no split or anything like that until we get over 48 cars in the field as we now begin to fire them off for our first group.
First one to get shoved off here. In turns number 1 and 2, the driver is from Gettysburg in the Weikert Livestock, SpeedwayCars.com, York Excavating, RV 4-wheel drive. Car number 29, it's Danny Dietrich. And joining him from Minden, Nevada in the JST Motorsport, the Ritual Smith Titanium Factory Cane Maximo Racing Oils. Car number 88, it's Tanner Thorson. And third car out there, The driver is from Dillsburg in the J&S Classics, Whitecap C&D Rigging, Class 1 Transportation, Randy Shearer, Heating and Plumbing. Car number 39M, it's Anthony Macri, as we got a triple box right here for everyone tuning in on FloRacing. First lap time by Dietrich. It's going to go at 18.389, 18.389. First lap for Thorson, second quick at 19.282, 19.282. He just got bumped as Macri will go second quick right now at an 18.581, 18.581. Checker flag out. Second lap for Dietrich is going to be slower at 18.600. As Thorson looking to improve, he will not. His second lap is a 19.359. Macri also slower on his second lap at an 18.994.
3 more cars getting pushed onto the track now, led on to the Speedway by the driver from Wells Tannery, Pennsylvania, the R&R Motorsports, Thompson Town, Corner Store in Delhi, Mac McGee Motorsports, number 95, it's Garrett Bard. And from Liverpool, Pennsylvania, the Mountain View Travel, Village Square Plaza, High Tech Metal, Smith Titanium, number 11, here is TJ Stutz. And the final car in this group from Lebanon, Indiana, driving the Sander Engineering, Four Seas Construction, Tally, Autry Plumbing, Sincal Demolition, number 14, it's Spencer Baston. Spencer Baston in the 14, TJ Stutz in the 11, and Garrett Bard in the 95. Garrett Bard, 7/1000ths away from his first ever Port Royal win last Saturday night. Lap number 1 for him is going to be third quick at 18.760, 18.760. Lap number 1 for TJ Stutz. He is fifth quick at 19.472. Baston on lap 1, he is now third quick at 18.689, 18.689. Lap number 2 coming across for Garrett Bard, and he will stop the clock at third quick, 18.683, 18.683. Lap number 2 for Stutz, looking for an improvement. He will not find it, 19.565. Baston on lap 2, he slows down as well to a 19.048. First lap better, and fourth quick at 18.689. Garrett Bard third, Spencer Baston fourth, and TJ Stutz in sixth.
Next 3 cars out to take time. Coming up to speed on the back straightaway from Lebanon in the Adams Auto Sales, Fredericksburg Eagle Hotel, AA Crawlin Sons, Blue Rock Farms. Car number 99, it's Devin Adams. Also joining him from York in the Mountain Ridge Metals, Hohenschelt Welding, Traco Manufacturing, GL Capital, Glenville Station, Pub and Grub. Car number 23, it's Chase Dietz. And final car in this group from Monrovia, Indiana, in the Skagit Speedway, Race Rudine Foundation, Ford Performance, Hager Realty, Rudine Management. Car number 26, it's Justin Peck. First lap time for Adams is fifth quick right now at a 19.263, 19.263. Chase Dietz fifth quick now at a 19.125, 19.125. And Justin Peck fifth quick as well at a 19.062, 19.062. Second lap for Adams, slower at a 19.568. He is seventh quick right now. Chase Dietz also slower on his second lap at a 19.140, and Justin Peck slower on his second lap at a 19.077. He is fifth quick right now.
Your next 3 qualifiers will go out in this order. First up, the driver from Glendale, Arizona. It's the Pell's Tire Service, RF Knox Company, Newman's Racing Engines, XXX DMI. Number 1A, here is Ashton Torgerson. And from Dillsburg, Pennsylvania, in the Chet's Trunks, RV 4-wheel drive, Eric's Tent Shop, Bruner Service Center, number 47K, Cody Lehman. And also on the track from Elverson, Pennsylvania, in the Charpak Cole, Moose Meadows, CNC Landscaping, Tensor Aviation, number 35, Austin Bishop. So Austin Bishop in the 35, Cody Lehman 47K, and Ashton Torgerson in the 1A. Torgerson's best run this season with Highlander Racing came back at the Central Arizona Raceway. He was 15th in that main event. Lap 1 for Torgerson. He'll be 7th overall at 19.248, 19.248. Cody Lehman on lap number 1. He's 11th overall at 20.530, 20530. Lap number 1 for Bishop. He goes better to 11th spot at 19.774, 19.774. Ashton Torgerson lap number 2. He will slow down to a 19.309. 19.309, first lap better, 19.248. For Cody Lehman, he's faster but stays 12th overall at 20.167. Bishop also faster but stays 11th quick at 19.478. So Cody Lehman 12th, Austin Bishop 11th, and Ashton Torgerson 7th of 12 cars so far.
Cars coming up to speed on the back straightaway from Enumclaw, Washington, the Kane Screen Print Brumos Collection, HendrickCars.com, Caravan Trailer, self-storage at Tahali. Car number 9, that's Casey Kane. Also joining him out there from Lucas Grove, Oklahoma, in the Pella Avanti Windows and Doors, Brick Spring Car Wash, Water Treatment by Design, Coastal Race Parts, Jen Moore Florist. Car number 13, it's Dason Persley, and the final driver out there in this group. He is from Harrisonville in the Santa Brothers, McMahon Motorsports, John Knight Racing, Coleman Farms, Alexander Financial 55. It's Logan Wagner. First lap time for Kane, 5th quick at an 18.923, 18.923 Persley. He clocks in at 8th quick at a 19.202. Logan Wagner, 5th quick at an 18.839, 18.839. Second lap time for Kane, better, 5th quick, 18.700, 18.700. Second lap time for Persley. He improves as well, still 9th quick at a 19.153, 19.153. Logan Wagner also better on his second lap, 6th quick at an 18.780, 18.780 for Wagner.
3 more drivers ready to qualify from New Freedom, Pennsylvania in the DL George & Sons, West End Sunoco, Langenfelter Mechanical, Beavers Auto Body number 27S. It's Robbie Kendall. And also powering up now from Indianapolis, Indiana, the NOS Energy Drink, Spire Motorsports, Elliott's Custom Trailers and Carts, Brand Professional Agriculture, Cambridge, number 7 BC. It's Tyler Courtney. And the third and final driver in this group from Fayetteville, Pennsylvania, the Drohan Brick, Gockenauer & Sons, Glenville Station, Conduit Connections number 12. It is Lance DeWeese. Lance DeWeese in the 12D, Tyler Courtney, 7BC, and Robbie Kendall, 27S. Lap 1 for Robbie Kendall. He'll be 8th quick at 19.119, 19.119. Tyler Courtney on lap number 1. He's going to be 7th quick at 19.011. DeWeese on lap 1, 3rd quick, 18.584, 18.584. Good lap for Lance DeWeese, his first time by the line. Lap number 2 for Robbie Kendall. He will slow down to a 19.322. First lap better at 19.119. Tyler Courtney, lap number 2, he will slow down to a 19.085. DeWeese on lap 2, he slows down as well, 18.912. But Lance DeWeese jumps up to 3rd quick. Tyler Courtney 8th and Robbie Kendall 10th of 18 cars.
Next 3 cars to take time from Jonestown in the Low Bar Incorporated, Moose's LZ Bar and Grill, Heavy Equipment Loaders, Low Bar Associates, Milton Hershey School. Car number 8, it's Brock Zierfoss. And coming up to speed there in turns number 3 and 4 from York Springs in the Zemco Headers, MEI, Matco Tools, Providence Motorsports. Car number 45S, it's Samuel Miller. And a final driver out here in this group from Apollo in the Mercedes Motorsports, Ducati of Pittsburgh, Hollywood Blasting and Coating, Mountain Mechanical, Math Motorsports 42. It's Cy Lynch. Cy Lynch, his transponder did not pick up that time by, as Zierfoss times in 16th quick at a 19.453, 19.453. Samuel Miller, 20th quick right now at a 20.229, 20.229. Cy Lynch, 12th quick at a 19.132, 19.132. Second lap time for Zierfoss. Does he improve? Yes, he does. 10th quick at a 19.078, 19.078. Miller slower on his second lap at a 20.533, still 21st quick. And Cy Lynch, he will move up the board, 8th quick right now at an 18.804, 18.804.
Your next 3 qualifiers are on the track now. First up from Clute, Texas, the Falcons Brothers Trucking, Power Plus, STC, American Table Bargain Barn, number 87, here is Aaron Reitzel. And also on the racetrack from New Oxford, Pennsylvania, Imes Auctions, Weaver's Body Shop, Big Daddy's Grill and Chill, KR Perry Trucking, number 33, it's Gerard McIntyre. And the current series point leader also on the Speedway from Grass Valley, California, and the Napa Auto Parts, Brumo's Collection, Durst Incorporated Factory, Kane Self-Storage at Tahali, number 49, the Big Cat, Brad Sweet. Brad Sweet, 49, Gerard McIntyre, 33, and Aaron Reitzel, 87. Reitzel with 6 quick times on the year. Lap number 1 for the 87 is going to be 9th quick at 18.893, 18.893. McIntyre, first time by, 21st overall, 19.514. Lap number 1 for Brad Sweet. He will be 16th quick at 19.176, 19.176. Aaron Reitzel trying to improve on lap number 2, and he will. 4th quick, 18.616, 18.616. McIntyre, lap number 2, he will improve to 20th quick at 19.353, 19.353. Brad Sweet, lap 2, he's going to slow down to a 19.367. First lap better, 19.176, 16th quick for Brad Sweet, 4th for Aaron Reitzel, and 20th for Gerard McIntyre.
And out to take time now, heading down the back straightaway from Sealands Grove and Ag Source, Packers Concessions, Creasy Signs, Golf Racing. Car number 12, it's going to be Blaine Heimbach. Also out there from Northport, Florida, in the Global Link, Moxie Motorsports Advisors, Creative Products Groups. Car number 24D, it's Danny Sams. And taking time with these drivers from Waco, Texas, in the all-ball, your alternative, Infamous Inc., Bush's Chicken, Flint Rock Ranch, Easy Print. Car number 9R, that is Chase Randall. First lap for Randall, 27th. He did not pick up. My apologies. Blaine Heimbach, he clocks in 21st quick at a 19.373, 19.373. Danny Sams, the third, 22nd quick at a 19.386, 19.386. And first lap for Randall, 26th quick at a 20.183, 20.183. Heimbach is slower on his second lap at a 19.407. Danny Sams improves, 20th quick right now at a 19.304, 19.304. And Randall will come around to complete his qualifying run. He improves, 25th quick right now at a 19.716, 19.716 for Chase Randall.
27 cars into Capital Custom Trailer qualifying. We are around the halfway mark now as we roll on 3 more cars. Next up, from Ephrata, Pennsylvania, that's the Fleet Reps, Risser Motorsports, the Tree Center, Keystone Ag Spray number 45. Here is Jeff Halligan. And also on the racetrack from Broken Arrow, Oklahoma, in the Concord American Flagpole, Racer Magazine, High Performance Lubricants, Macri Concrete number 20. It's the Macho Man, Brady Bacon. And your final car in this group from Mechanicsburg, Pennsylvania, and the Hollander Allebach Racing, Old Milwaukee, Orange Crate Brewing, Beer Hill Gang, number 5W, it's Lucas Wolf. Lucas Wolf, 5W, Brady Bacon, 20. And Jeff Halligan in the 45. Halligan, 5 career Port Royal Speedway wins coming into this weekend. Lap 1 for him is 23rd overall at 19.378, 19.378. Brady Bacon, lap 1 for him is going to be 27th overall at 20.122. Lap 1 for Lucas Wolf into the top 10, 18.891, 18.891. 10th quick on lap 1 for Lucas Wolf. Lap number 2 for Jeff Halligan. He will improve to 14th overall, 19.095, 19.095. Brady Bacon, lap 2, he is going to improve to a 20.120, and Lucas Wolf will slow down on lap 2 to an 18.959. Lucas Wolf was 10th, Jeff Halligan 14th, and Brady Bacon 28th of 30 cars.
Next 3 drivers to come out for qualifying. First one heading down the back straightaway from Myerstown in the M&M Painting and Construction, McGrew Equipment Auctions, Babs Paint, Livewire Customs, car number 19, it's Brent Marks. Also out there coming off of corner number 4 from Sussex, New Jersey, in the Dave Frannick Auto Sales, Rapid Tire Escape, Power Sports Plus, Atlantic Battery Systems, car number 28, it's No Panic, Davey Frannick. And the final driver out there in this threesome, he is from Medford, New Jersey, in the Mid-Atlantic Transportation, J.G. Gronenberger, Milky Way Restaurant, RBH Group 67 of Justin Woodall. And Brett Marks clocks in 17th quick on his first lap at a 19.146, 19.146. Davey Frannick, 29th quick at a 20.092, 20.092. Justin Woodall into the top 10 right now at a 18.871, 18.871 for Woodall. Brent Marks into the top 5, 5th quick at a 18.623, 18.623. Frannick better on his second lap, 30th quick at a 20.007, 20.007. And Woodall slower on his second lap at a 19.088, 19.088. Woodall is 11th quick right now.
Next up to qualify from Kokomo, Indiana, driving the Indy Race Parts, DKW Transport, Charlie Garrett Racing Engines, Chalk 6 Torsion Bars number 71. Here is the law firm, Parker Price Miller. And also on the racetrack from Visalia, California, the Iowa Barnstormers, Des Moines Industrial Products, Jersey Freeze, Landis, number 2KS, it is Corey Eliason. Corey Eliason, the 2KS, and the final driver on the track for this session from Sealands Grove, Pennsylvania. In the Rose Post, Center Roofing and Contracting, Victory Auto, BK Motorsports, number 77, it's Michael Walter. Michael Walter, 77, Parker Price Miller, 71, Corey Eliason, 2KS. Lap 1 for Parker, it's 13th quick at 18.894, 18.894. Lap 1 for Corey Eliason, it's going to be 30th quick at 19.529, 19.529. Walter, 11th quick on lap 1, 18.850, 18.850. PPM across the line, lap 2, he's going to slow down to a 19, make that an 18.963. First lap better, 18.894. For Corey Eliason, lap number 2, he will improve to 29th overall, 19.374. Michael Walter will slow down on lap 2 to an 18.946. First lap better, 18.850. Shapiro. Michael Walter 11th, Parker Price Miller 14th, and Corey Eliason 29th of 36 qualifiers.
Coming up, the speed down and back straightaway from Harrisonville in the Mac McGee Motorsports, John Knight Racing, G&P Distributors, Santa Brothers, car number 55W, it's Mike Wagner. Also out there from Grantville in the J&S Classics, Click Lewis Cars, Randy Shearer Plumbing and Heating, Jim Holler's Maple Syrup 22, it's Doug Hammaker. And coming off corner number 4, he will see the green flag from Fonda, New York. In the St. Lawrence Radiology, Charles Tibbetts Masonry, B&B Property Service, TLM Landscaping 01, it's Danny Varon. First lap time for Mike Wagner, 32nd quick at a 19.569, 19.569. Hammaker clocks in 19th quick at a 19.115, 19.115. And Danny Varon, 28th quick at a 19.348, 19.348. Last year's track champion looking to improve. He will 24th quick at a 19.236, 19.236. Hammaker's second lap better, 16th quick at a 19.027, 19.027, and Danny Varon slower on his second lap at a 19.508. That makes him 29th quick right now.
Two-time winner at the Speed Palace this year, rolls onto the track for his qualifying effort from Kunkletown, Pennsylvania. In the Glenville Station, Jetco, Kreitz Oval Track Parts, Downs Automotive number 69K. Here is Ryan Smith. And also powering up from Raymond, Washington, in the CEI Crane and Rigging, Starrett Services, DB Power Washing, TR Crane, number 45B, it's Devin Borden. And the final qualifier in this group from St. Helena, California, the Rico Abreu, Kerbag Ajanian Racing, Bear Printing, Waste Connection, Spankins Motorsports, ArcZone.com, number 24, Rico Abreu. Rico Abreu in the 24, Devin Borden, 45. And the 69K of Ryan Smith. Lap 1 for Ryan Smith is going to be 15th overall at 18.950, 18950. Lap number 1 for Devin Borden. He will be 36th overall, 19.552. Rico Abreu on lap 1. He is going to be 37th quick at 19.652, 19652. Ryan Smith on lap number 2. He's faster but stays 15th quick at 18.905, 18905. Devin Borden, lap number 2, he will go up to 21st quick at 19.116, 19116. Abreu is better on lap 2 as well, 26th quick now at 19.207. Rico Abreu 26th, Devin Borden 21st, and Ryan Smith 15th with a couple cars left to go.
And these are going to be the final 2 drivers to come out here for Capital Custom Trailers and Coaches qualifying, brought to you by Packers Concessions. Making his way off of corner number 4 from Lubbock, Texas, in the Horizon Whiskey, Nice Crete and Landis, ShopTruckParts.com, PhilPools.com, High Performance Lubricants. Car number 5, it's Brenham Crouch. And joining him, he is from Geneva, New York, in the Fratto Curbing, Speedway Performance, DMI Racing Components, 22P of Jonathan Preston. Good to have Brenham Crouch here. He sits 13th in the point standings right now for the Kubota High Limit Racing Series. Good lap, 12th quick at an 18.867, 18.867. Preston 37th quick at a 19.454, 19.454. Brenham Crouch has one top 10 finish with the series in 12 starts. He improves 11th quick at an 18.815, 18.815. And Preston, he will move up the charts, 33rd quick at a 19.315, 19.315.
Well, race fan, that's going to do it for Capital Custom Trailer qualifying here tonight. It's not going to do it. We sound like there's one car missing, potentially. And driver that didn't make it out for hot laps as well, it's Jake Waters, as he appears in turn number 4. So Jake Waters in the number 10 car. He's the driver to Mifflintown, Pennsylvania, in the Juniata Concrete, Bargain Barn, HP Engines, Big Daddy's Grill and Chill number 10. So Waters, as we mentioned, did not come out for hot laps, at least that I remember. And so he will get a shove from one of the Kubota High Limit Racing officials. So since he missed his spot in the line there, as far as the qualifying order, Jake Waters only going to get 1 lap on the clock in that number 10 machine. So we'll see what kind of time he can make happen here, as he has not been on the track tonight and was not here with us yesterday as well. So Jake Waters ran with us last year with High Limit Racing here at Port Royal Speedway, was unable to qualify for the feature during the Tuscarora 50 weekend. And sounds like there might be some more issues on that number 10 machine, as he is now turning that car hard to the left and looks like going to head back towards the pit area. So that is it. That is it tonight for Capital Custom Trailer qualifying. How about it for your fast qualifier in the Weikert's number 29, Danny Dietrich? 18.389. Fastest qualifier here tonight. Anthony Macri in second, 18.581. Lance DeWeese in third, 18.584. Aaron Reitzel fourth, 18.616. Brent Marks in fifth, 18.623. Garrett Bard sixth quick, 18.683. Spencer Baston in seventh, 18.689. Casey Kane eighth, 18.700. Logan Wagner ninth, 18.780. And Cy Lynch 10th at 18.804 seconds. Getting a look at Danny Dietrich's lap there in that great-looking chrome red number 29. Hoping to do a little bit of repeating, little history repeating here this season, as he won last year's Weikert for $75,000. If he can do it this year, it'd be worth $100,000 and the highest-paying race in Central Pennsylvania sprint car racing history. We'll be back as the cars and teams make their way back towards the pit area. After this break on Flow, it'll be time for opening ceremonies.
I'm Brent Marks, and you're watching Kubota High Limit Racing on FloRacing.
Introducing the My Kubota app. With My Kubota, connecting with your local dealer is easier than ever. Find them with just a tap and contact them quickly for any assistance you need. Access comprehensive resources like how-to guides, owner's manuals, fault codes, maintenance schedules, and more. Everything you need to keep your Kubota running smoothly. Download the app today.
Capital Custom Trailers and Coaches. We are the #1 Renegade Toterhome dealer and the #1 Intech and Bravo Sprint Car Trailer dealer. No one sells more Toterhomes and Sprint Car Trailers than we do. Check out our complete lineup at capitalrenegade.com. If you're in the market for a Toterhome or a trailer, trust the people that are in the pits with you and that support the sport.
Winning doesn't just happen. You have to engineer it. You have to test it and make it better than it was the last time. Our engineers have the passion to create the parts you need, the way you need them to be, again and again and again. We've led this game for over 40 years, and we design, refine, and perfect every valve-train part worthy of the winner's circle.
When it comes to magneto ignition performance, there's only one name that you can trust, and that's BR Motorsports Ignitioneering. Servicing the racing industry for over 30 years, our state-of-the-art Magneto Dyno Test Lab facility is equipped with the most technically advanced equipment available. And that's why crew chiefs like Paul Silva and Philip Dietz choose BR for all their ignition needs. To learn more, visit us at brpromag.com.
We got them racked, we got them stacked, and we've got the grandstands packed.
Super healthy for sprint car racing, compete for a championship. You can feel the buzz around. We want to race the best guys every night.
Whole different level.
This is the High Limit Room. It's the home of 24 high rollers.
So welcome back on FloRacing here for the Bob Weikert Memorial. We've got the Zimmerman Truck Repair Limited Late Models making their way out here now for their hot lap session. DJ Myers, you see him out there on the back straightaway in car number 70J. He's out of Greencastle in the Hammer Down Customs Chaparral Tavern, Cunningham's Body Shop Frico Fabrication entry here tonight. That is DJ Myers. There you have the K32. That is Trenton Basom out of Port Royal in the Ryan's Repair, Wolf's Plumbing, Breon's Custom Design, Mifflintown Metals Work entry coming off of turn number 4. Andrew Yoder, he's out of Middleburg, Pennsylvania. The Stein Trucking, Strauss Electric, Windview Trucking, Creekside Auto Sales number 2. Picked up a win with us in Super Late Model competition just a week ago. Out of Huntington, Pennsylvania, the Martin Motorsports Racing, Barron's Racing Engines, Bill Stein, Ashley Yoder, Designs number 13. That is Brad McGinnis. Brad McGinnis in car number 13. Here you have Casey Steinhoff. Out of Millville, PA, BJ Crawford Construction, Steve's Repair Shop, Garmax Pressure Washing, and Detailing Stars Portable, number 22, coming off of turn number 2. And in the Weikert Livestock, number 29, that is Devin Hart, out of right here in Port Royal, Pennsylvania. Stockyards on the tail of that car as well, sporting the 29 Weikert Livestock number and colors here this evening. We got 3 cars coming down the front straight as they're giving the 1 to go signal right now. So you see DJ Myers goes by on the inside there down the back straightaway. As the checkered flag is out here on hot lap session number 1 for the Zimmerman Truck Repair Limited Late Models. Just looking across here, lifetime and scoring not coming across for the limited late models as it stands right now. We'll look to have that by the time heat races come into play, but nothing going right now here at the track, so we will get that here in just a moment. '33 limited late models signed in here for competition this evening. Heading into turn number 1 right now, he's out of Flinton, Pennsylvania in car number 9. That is Ethan Cavallett. Ethan Cavallett in the black and blue number 9. You've got trailing him Wayne File. He comes from Elverson, Pennsylvania in car number 72. Wayne File heading into turn number 3 right now. Then out of Mifflin, Pennsylvania, trailing File, just slowing to a stop here to allow cars to cross over into the pit area, but there in 79 out of Mifflin, PA, that is Chase Bousman in the LCRC Sisney Auto Parts entry here tonight. As these drivers will be told to come up to speed, we'll look to wave the green flag here in just a moment. Bousman, who's running super late model competition with us here as well, as the limited under the hood, as you see timing and scoring coming up on your screen for those of you watching on FloRacing. Casey Steinhoff fastest so far with a 21.868. These guys will start to trip the clock here right now in their second session of hot laps. Car number 4, that's John Moser Jr. He's out of East Berlin, Pennsylvania, but the caution flag will come out as the driver of car number 9 slows to a stop there on the back straightaway, Ethan Cavallett. The cause for the caution flag here in hot lap session number 2. Yo, big thank you to Silo Run Farms, adding some extra money for the hard charger for the 410 sprint cars here tonight. $250 extra going into the hard charger on top of what had already been announced, bringing tonight's total up to $1,100 for the hard charger, and they're adding an additional $350 to tomorrow night's hard charger, bringing that total up to $1,450 for the hard charger in the Bob Weikert Memorial Finale. So checkered flag was waved there on the second session of hot laps for the Zimmerman Truck Repair Limited Late Models. So group number 3 will make their way out onto the track now, heading into turn number 1 out of Newville, PA, in the Sailors Market. No Can Tires, Feezer's Construction, Kessler's Auto Glass number 8. That is Taylor Farling. Taylor Farling in the 8F. Trailing close behind Farling out of Petersburg, Pennsylvania in the K&K Seal Coating. Williams General Construction, Diversified Investment Solutions, TV Transport 87. That is Eric Irvin. Eric Irvin in car number 87. There you got car number 58M. That is Maddox Smith. He's out of Renovo, PA. In the Kex Collision Repair, LaSalle Racing Engines, GFY Racing Supply, Faust Valley Cattle, Tannery Hill Arms entry. There's Caden Rank in car number 27. Rank comes from right here in Juniata County, just down to Thompsontown, Pennsylvania, making his way into turn number 1, but it looks like Maddox Smith is slowed to a stop there in turn 2, bringing out the caution flag before this hot lap session is able to get started. Looks like he's trying to get it fired back up on his own. 7-11 of Jennifer Lesher there on your screen momentarily. Looks like Maddox Smith's problems continue. You can see some frustration for the driver there in the car as he stopped in turn number 2. So push truck will make its way out to the 58M to assist him off the track, and we'll look to get this third session of hot laps back under fire. Big race coming up for the Zimmerman Truck Repair Limited Late Models here in just under a month. Their Ron Zimmerman tribute race put on by Zimmerman Truck Repair and Zimmerman Truck Lines. A lot of money up for grabs for those guys. Over $8,000 raised already. That'll be spread throughout the field, and that one a huge race for that division. That one just a month away here at Port Royal Speedway. So unfortunate start and looking like probably end of the night for the 58M of Maddox Smith. Hood off the car and helped by the wrecker. Zimmerman Truck Repair Limited Late Models racing for $2,000 tonight. As Maddox Smith now given the hook, he'll duck off the back straightaway, and we'll soon have the track cleared off and back ready to roll here in just a moment. So on your screen, he's heading down the back straightaway there right now. In car number 28Z, that is Ryan Zook. He comes out of Mifflintown in the Zimmerman Truck Repair, Zook's Tax Service, Terraform, Dryden 28Z, heading through turns 3 and 4 right now. As track is clear, so Chief Starter Rob Kirk will get these cars fired back to life, and we'll get back rolling here for hot lap session number 3. There you have Jackson Garman out of Louisville, PA. The Tillman Hauling, Pencil Supply, Berg Stresser & Son Distributing, Liberty Security Solutions, car number 11. He makes his way off of turn number 4. Taylor Farling, last time the limited late models were in competition with us here, put on an impressive performance, charging from outside the top 10, nearly able to steal a victory away from Andrew Yoder on the last lap. Just ran out of time as he was one of the best cars on the track, that being just a little bit over a month ago. There's Tristan Niederer. He's out of Landisville, PA. The York PB Trust Fire Code 121 as the checkered flag waves here on this hot lap session. There's the 22T of Skylar Tashchik out of Duncannon, PA. Those cars will make their way off the back straightaway. Ryan Zook, fastest in that group. He ended up fastest overall so far through the Zimmerman Truck Repair Limited Late Model Hot Laps. So that wraps up Hot Laps for the Zimmerman Truck Repair Limited Late Models. We'll take a quick break here on FloRacing and be back for opening ceremonies just after this.
I'm Spencer Baston, and you're watching Kubota High Limit Racing live on FloRacing.
Established in 1983, FK Rod-Ends has been the industry leader for both midget and micro racing. Family owned and operated, we take pride in our products and our name because we know you value yours. Visit our website, www.fkrodends.com, to find out how you can join our winning team. FK Rod-Ends. To beat the best, you've got to use the best.
Is it all a fever dream? I'm burning gasoline. Rico goes back to the high side. Get to the lead. Turn now, look to the inside of turn 1.
Avery to the outside. Major contact.
This is what you save your lunch money for.
Welcome to the High Limit Room.
So you're young, what are you, 18?
I'm 18.
Thank you so
Awesome.
much.
Yeah, of course. Appreciate it. I'm mic'd up. Just be careful. Dude, I smoked it so hard it threw the right front up over the concrete rail and blew the axle out of the thing, and I like limped it across the line. I always try and take a couple minutes before I get in the car and just try and run the race through my head. Yeah, finally back to a small track. What's up, buddy? Oh, what you got? Sweet. Appreciate it, man. Have a good one.
Motorhead will go 6 o'clock in the staging lane.
All right, good luck. Racing for Driven to Save Lives is, you know, for a cause. It's cool that I get to represent it and, you know, hopefully get more people to sign up for organ donation.
Introducing the My Kubota app. With My Kubota, connecting with your local dealer is easier than ever. Find them with just a tap and contact them quickly for any assistance you need. Access comprehensive resources like how-to guides, owner's manuals, fault codes, maintenance schedules, and more. Everything you need to keep your Kubota running smoothly. Download the app today.
Hey everyone, welcome back to Port Royal Speedway here in Port Royal, Pennsylvania, where we are kicking off the 23rd annual, I'm trusting Danny Dietrich on this one here, the 23rd annual Bob Weikert Memorial. Capital Custom Trailers and Carts qualifying has just wrapped up, and $500, thanks to our friends at Packers Concessions, is going to come in right here from the one, the only Earl Hoon. You got to dab up Earl right there, Danny Dietrich. Hey, congratulations on going quick time. Thanks to Packers Concessions for $500. That race car you've got looks beautiful. How much time, how much work went in to getting that wrap as good as it is?
A lot of time. Your Next Level did a great job with getting it shined up and going the chrome route with the mirror look through everything. So really happy with how it turned out. Kind of an old school look with a new pop. Is kind of what we were trying to go for. And can't thank the Weigerts enough for allowing me to do that. It's an honor every year to be able to put that 29, in our race trailer and come to the racetrack and honor them and everything that Bob did over the years.
An old school look with a new pop. I like that. I think we're going to have to use that a little bit more often. Hey, you rolled up here and you were admiring my JT Power Sports Burrow Max. You've got yourself a pretty sharp scooter there as well, but neither one of them get around Port Royal as quick as you did in that Weikert Livestock number 29. But the big story, I think, is how much the track slowed down from Dirt Draft Hot Laps to Capital Custom Trailers and Carts qualifying. You slowed down 0.8 of a second from the time you ran in Hot Laps. What are the adjustments that happened down here in the infield right before you got to qualify, especially when you're so early in the draw?
Well, you've seen us there. I know you were standing around there whenever we were doing all adjustments. We were changing shocks and wicker bills and tires, and we had to change front tires. We had a vibration and a new set of Hoosier fronts. So we were fighting it yesterday. I think we figured it out today. So much better after that for time trials. But a lot of adjustment. We changed our whole car around, our program around there for time trials, and honestly felt really, really good. Not just going, I felt like we could have went out later and still been good, definitely inside the top 10. I watched Aaron put down a really good lap late there. We were able to kind of get in a little bit wider than what I kind of watched everybody else do once I was able to climb on top of the car there. Get in wider and get stuck and get turned and come off the bottom of the straightaways. And a lot of guys were just washing out. I think that's kind of the home field advantage here for us, is being able to know how to work the racetrack, the bankings, and how to make speed at this place when it does get slick. So feels good to be quick time. Can't thank Packers enough for the $500 bonus here for Quick Time Award. And all you fans for coming out. It's pretty special here. Glad the weather cleared out. We're going to have 2 great days of racing.
Okay, don't go spending all that $500 back at the concession stand unless you invite me, okay?
Yeah, that's no problem.
That's Danny Dietrich, your Quick Time Award winner, as we kick off the 23rd running of the Bob Weikert Memorial. We're going to get out of the way so he can snap some photos. Danny Dietrich, not only is he someone to keep an eye on, Chase, because he goes quick time here tonight. Remember, he locked up $75,000 here 1 year ago. But if you haven't heard the news lately, folks, tomorrow night when we wrap up the Bob Weikert Memorial, Danny Dietrich and the rest of those drivers will be chasing $100,000. Tonight, though, 20 grand on the line. Chase, back up to you.
All right, Tony, nice job down there. Thank you very much. Before we get into opening ceremonies, do want to cross a couple things off of our list here. And one of them is taking a look at the current point standings with Kubota High Limit Racing heading into tonight. Obviously, nothing changed after yesterday due to the rain out. And obviously, these 2 races, tonight and tomorrow, they do pay points. And so for guys like Brad Sweet and Rico Weber that qualified 26th and 27th this evening, they could be in trouble. But that format, maybe it'll come back around and even out. But Tyler Courtney entering tonight, 46 points behind Brad Sweet. Third back is Rico Weber's 80, make that 67 points behind. Brent Marks, 4th in points. He's minus 83. Aaron Reitzel, 5th in points, minus 117. Then Justin Peck, Casey Kane, Spencer Basin, Chase Randall, and Tanner Thorson completes the top 10 drivers in the series point standings with Kubota High Limit Racing. Now, also, we did want to look at this, and Brad Strauzer's up here as well. He could probably jump in. We've got, we did this yesterday, Brad, for a couple of the top 4 in points with High Limit. We're going to do the same thing for a couple of guys to watch for here at Port tonight. Obviously, Brock Searfoss is the guy to watch for, former World of Outlaws full-timer. He is the current points leader here at Port. Got Anthony Macri. You got Ryan Smith up there. You got Lance DeWeese up there. A couple of their stats heading into this weekend.
as you can see, Deweese is he's been to victory lane here a time or two.
Yeah, second in all-time wins here. Lance still looking for his first win in 2025. Same with Brock Zierfoss. Though he's our points leader, he's been Mr. Consistent. Still looking to get into victory lane. The other two guys, they've been there twice, with Anthony Macri picking up an exciting win just a week ago leading up into tonight's event, and then Ryan Smith behind the 69K, our Keith Kaufman Classic winner, our last biggest race we've had here in 2025. He's been wheeling it around here pretty well in that Christ Racing 69K.
Yeah, you could see all of those drivers have multiple wins here. Brock with 7, and he's a former track champion. Anthony Macri, 28 career wins. Ryan Smith with 3. One of those was against the Outlaws back in 2014, and Lance Deweese with 123 career wins. Now, looking at where they qualified, Deweese third quick, Macri second, Zierfoss, where was he at? 20th overall, and then Ryan Smith, he was 16th. So all those guys inside the top 32, which is the invert mark there for the heat races tonight. So maybe one of those guys can park their way into victory lane. Brock Zierfoss, as we mentioned, he is the points leader driving the Eichelberger number 8. And so definitely some of the top contenders to watch for from the PA posse here this evening. Now, looking at this graphic as well, if you are if you're a betting man or a betting woman, you will enjoy this. If you go to nxtbets.com/playhlr, this season you're able to wager on the races. And one of the ways you could do that is with DFS, or Daily Fantasy Sports. If you go to nxtbets.com/playhlr, it'll show you which sports books are available in your region, and you can get a sign-on bonus. And for tonight, the Rodman risk, we got Anthony Macri at 6.5. That means he must finish better than 6.5, either 6th, 5th, 1st, 4th, whatever. Also, Tyler Courtney on there at 5.5. I got him better than that position, and I've got Brad Sweet worse than 3.5. And I'd say it's off to a decent start here, Brad. Macri, we mentioned him, was second fastest. Brad, 26th, and Tyler Courtney, 17th. So not off to a bad start with Rodman Risk.
No, you're off to a great start. It's unbelievable what those odds came in at.
Yeah, no, it has not been good this year for the Rodman Risk, but hopefully tonight we can make it happen. Looks like we are getting very, very close to opening ceremonies, and that will be up next right after this break here on Flow.
little bit of track work going on here at the Speed Palace, Port Royal Speedway, night number 2 of the 23rd annual Bob Weikert Memorial. We are minutes away from getting started with opening ceremonies, a little bit of track work going on. And while we're waiting on that, we did want to throw to a piece that was done by the guy that's back. He's back from maternity leave, Tyler Burnett. It's great to have him back in the pit area with Kubota High Limit Racing, and he was able to catch up with a bunch of drivers and hear their thoughts on racing for a $100,000 payday for the first time in Central PA.
The Port Royal Speedway, the Weikert Memorial, the biggest race on the schedule all year long for these locals, and the PA posse just got bigger. After Friday night's rain shower, a cancellation, something happened in the middle of the night to where we are now racing for the biggest payday in Central Pennsylvania history, and that's 6 figures, $100,000 on the line on Sunday. Yes, it is the biggest paying sprint car race in Central Pennsylvania history, and that's a big impact on everyone here at Port Royal Speedway, including the national guys and the local guys that came in. I chat with a few of them today here at Port Royal.
It creates this anxiousness of like wanting to get going and wanting to get out there and just race hard and race hard for a little bit more money than we're used to racing for. And all these races are just they're just putting on great events. The style of racing that Sprint Car creates, you know, the 30-lap races is you know, in 35 and 40. It's going to be 40 on Sunday, so there's going to be a little management there. And my team's you know, they're on a little roll right now, on a big run. So we just got to keep the consistency up. And I think it's really important for us to treat these races. You know, they're really developing into crown jewels. So you treat them, you know, throughout the year as how you treat the Knoxville Nationals and the Kings Royals. You know, these races have developed into some amazing events, especially at a premier facility like Port Royal Speedway. They just keep elevating sprint car racing, you know, in Central Pennsylvania, and continue to build this rivalry that has built here. And I just love everything about it.
I mean, I think PA deserves a 6-figure race just in general. So, I mean, it's the hotbed of sprint car racing. You know, you could stay in Pennsylvania full time and race 100 races a year, you know, and have some of the biggest races. So it's been a long time coming. Just very thankful that we have this opportunity. You know, the money is awesome, obviously, but I really want that bullhead. I want that trophy. I'm a trophy guy, so I just we have some really cool trophies for some of these races, and that's one that I want to get. But obviously, $100,000 would be amazing. So we've been fortunate to win some of these races before, so we're capable of doing it. And you know, I don't see why we can't get it done. So we're just going to have to do our best and try to position ourselves the best we can to go out there and win this race on Sunday.
I mean, it's pretty cool. You know, it's kind of hard to believe almost just that Pennsylvania's never had a 6-figure paying race. I mean, this is like the hotbed of sprint car racing. Like, if you were to ask where's the toughest local competition, where's the biggest local competition, you just said Central Pennsylvania. And the fact that this is going to be the first 6-figure paying race to win is kind of unbelievable. But hey, I'm looking forward to it. It's Port Royal. The fans always show out to this venue, and we've had a lot of rain, which might make it tough, just, you know, on track conditions. But if anybody can make it a good racing surface, it's going to be the Port Royal track crew. So I'm looking forward to it. I think it's going to be a lot of fun. Dude, it goes a long way. I mean, it's, you know, tires are expensive, fuel's expensive, diesel fuel's expensive, our parts are expensive. So anytime you can get more money pumped into the sport, it goes a long way, you know, for car owners, for drivers, for crew guys. You know, for most of us out here, this is how we make a living. So any kind of little more incentive that we can get is always good for us. And like I said, it usually kind of makes guys want to try a little bit harder, and it's hard to say that when you're always giving 100% anyway, but if you can squeak out another 10%, that just puts on a better show for the fans and gives them more of a reason to want to come and watch us do what we do.
It's kind of weird that it's only happening now. I mean, obviously, you know, with the way everything's been going here, the prices have definitely gone up, but yeah, I mean, you know, being on the tour, I've raced for 6 figures before. It's definitely an added pressure, but I think being on the posse side this time, it's definitely a little bit more. You want to keep that money in Pennsylvania, and you don't want to let the traveling guys take it. So on the different side of the table this time, and we'll do our best to represent our house. You know, obviously 6 figures is a big payday for anybody, but you know, for a local team here to be able to win that, you know, that would be huge for somebody you know, that runs local. So yeah, I mean, Rich's deal could definitely benefit from it too. You know, it's myself as well. I mean, it's anybody in this pit area could definitely benefit from it. So it's cool to see, you know, the sponsors and racetracks stepping up and providing us an opportunity to make a good payday, and we'll do our best to try and take it.
I share the same sentiment as many of those drivers. It just seems wild that there's not been a $100,000 payday in Central PA when it comes to sprint car racing. Tomorrow night's Bob Weikert Memorial will make it 10 races this year that do have a $100,000 to win race. The Dirt Cup at Skagit, the Joker's Jackpot and Kings Royal at Eldora, the Houston's Hustle and Houston's Highbank Nationals in South Dakota, the Gold Cup at Silver Dollar Speedway, the Skagit Nationals in Washington, the Knoxville Nationals, of course, in Iowa, and the High Limit International event at the Perth Motorplex in Australia. Well, guys, Brad and Earl, there are a lot of things to do around the Port Royal Speedway during the Bob Weikert Memorial Weekend. There was a ton of people here as soon as the gates opened because of all the different things you guys got going on.
Yeah, we had a cornhole tournament that was very successful this morning that went on out in our barn, which was immediately followed up by a very successful kids bike parade. Earl. We had over 40 kids bring their two wheels out and followed the pace truck around the grounds, and they met with Spencer Baston and Rico Abreu. Very cool to see this morning.
Yeah, that was a very, very successful bike parade we have, and we're going to bring that back next year, right? Make it bigger and better. But yeah, absolutely, the turnout we had of kids absolutely blew my mind, right? And that was just a very cool way to have the second activity on the day.
Yeah, then we, of course, have been selling cow patty bingo tickets. That all leads into what we've got going tomorrow. So we've got a donut giveaway for all the campers. The Weikert family will be around the camping area tomorrow to give donuts out to the campers. Great way to start the day. We're going to bring a large cow into the agricultural barn tomorrow for the cow patty bingo. There's still tickets that will be on sale early tomorrow morning for that at $5 a piece. Somebody will walk away with a couple $100 out of that. And then we have an Indy 500 watch party, Earl, going on here. That will take place inside Port Royal Speedway on the big screen there in the infield. Fans can come up onto the grandstands, get a good seat, and watch the Indy 500. See if Kyle Larson can make his way to the front, put together an impressive performance tomorrow for that. We have a church service going on at 1 o'clock. I think I forgot to mention the Indy 500 watch party gets underway at 12:45. Then we have the church service at 1 o'clock on our free stage just inside the gates. And then all things really start to get underway around 4 to 4:30. We have fan giveaways going on. We've got Shooting the Bull going on with Rico Abreu and Danny Dietrich. There is a kids zone with the Frozen Farmer, free ice creams going out to the kids, and plenty more. Some drivers will be taking part in that. Junior Fan of the Night will give away a smart TV, 40-inch smart TV down there, all thanks to Wings of Kindness and Chaplain Doug for his team putting all that together. And then, of course, tomorrow we now race for $100,000 to win.
And don't forget, when the race ends tonight doesn't mean we are done partying. The band Gravy is going to have a post-race concert inside the commercial building as well. So don't be in a hurry to leave after tonight's feature racing action between the Kubota High Limit Racing Series and their Zimmerman Truck Repair Limited Late Models, as the band Gravy will perform for a couple of hours inside the commercial building. Chase?
Yeah, I might have to check that out. We'll have to wait and see. As long as my car starts tonight, I might be able to get over there and check out.
That would be a bonus.
That would help, yeah. That would be better than we were off to yesterday, so that would definitely be big. As you can see, there are still a lot of push trucks making their way around the speedway, working a little bit of moisture that was applied to the surface after Capital Custom Trailer qualifying, but it looks like maybe about another, I don't know, 2, 3, 4 minutes, and they should have that all worked into the surface. With as many push trucks as you guys got around here at Port Royal, it shouldn't take that long.
No doubt about it. So, and Brad, obviously making history tomorrow with the $100,000 to win Bob Weikert Memorial, and fans can still buy their tickets. We do have seats still available.
Yeah, there's still great seats available. I will say that when that announcement came out, tickets did start going quickly, and they have continued to go quickly throughout the day. So there are still seats available, but get them purchased now. Get them purchased today, because they are starting to fade away.
If we do sell out of reserved seating, we still have plenty of seats for general admission. Obviously, the entire infield is general admission, but obviously, grandstands there off of corner number 4. We have a GA section there as well for tomorrow's events.
I did want to mention this because, we hear all the time, guys, about the tracks are closing down and they can't keep it in business. One thing I noticed walking around here this weekend is it looks like there's a little construction going on off of Turn 4.
There is. There is. The Juniata County Ag Society putting money back into the facility, right? You can see the elevator shaft being built there off of corner number 4 right next to the pit grandstands. Also, we're not done there because we're eventually going to extend the grandstands a little higher off of corner number 4 and put a platform there. And then hopefully, it may be in a 3-year plan, connect the opening as we're going to have suites all the way from turn number 4 down to us as well.
Wow.
So we have a big plan in place, and you can see, Brad, it's already in action.
Yeah, it was awesome to see it spring up. I think everybody had heard rumors that was coming, and then one day, just driving around here locally, boom, towers up there off of turn number 4. They're continuing to make good progress there. Weikert does a great job in helping to put that all together for us. I'm excited to see that get finished here very, very soon.
Brad, we also had some extra money come in today.
Yeah. So, on top of all of our regular contingency prizes, we have more money up for the hard charger. Now for the 410 sprint cars, courtesy of Silo Run Farms. The hard charger is up an extra $250, putting it at $1,100 to win for tonight. And then they put in an extra $350 in for tomorrow, putting it at $1,450. Again, that is for the hard charger in the 410 sprint car feature event here later tonight. Of course, Magos Motorcycles also put up the extra money to get us even close to that on top of what we already had in store.
And talk about all the other contingency prizes as well up for grabs.
Yes, J&S Classics Warrior Awards, $1,000 is going to go to somebody based on random draw for 11th through 24th. Ramsey Car Wash is our normal hard charger sponsor. And then there's a $500 last lap pass award courtesy of WC Eschenhauer, which we used just a week ago.
All right, sounds good, guys. A lot of money up for grabs this weekend, and we are now ready to get things kicked off finally here at Port Royal Speedway. Let's go downstairs to TLP. Take it away, Tony.
Thanks very much, guys. We are down here in what will become Whiskey Myers Victory Lane at the end of the opening night of the 23rd annual Bob Weikert Memorial at the Port Royal Speedway. Before we do get going, some of you have put on jackets, and that's okay, but I got to ask you, are you guys ready to go sprint car racing tonight? That's what we're talking about. It's the opening night of the 2025 Bob Weikert Memorial. $20,000 tonight, $100 grand up for grabs tomorrow. But before we can get cars on track and go racing, we will begin the evening with our official opening ceremony. So at this time, I ask all of you who are in attendance with us here tonight at the Port Royal Speedway to rise, if you are able, as we welcome track chaplain Doug Malott as he'll lead us in tonight's invocation. He is joined by American Sign Language performer Lori Snook.
All right, race fans, let us bow our heads if you would. Gracious God, we thank you for the beautiful night that you have provided. We know that there's a little chill in the air here this evening, but we know once these racers get out on that track that it will be hot in the understanding of the racing that will take place here at the Port Royal Speedway. We thank you for the many supporters and sponsors that have put this event today, together. We thank you for the Weikert family who has been a longtime supporter here at the Port Royal Speedway. We thank you for the blessings that you've put upon each and every one of us, Lord. We thank you for the safety that you got us here tonight. We ask for that safety to get us home. But tonight, Lord, we do realize that this weekend is bigger than racing itself. This weekend is to be able to remember and memorialize those that have given the ultimate sacrifice of their very lives for our freedoms. For the freedoms that we have to be able to come and celebrate here at the Speed Palace. Tonight as well, I thank you and I praise you for our Lord and Savior Jesus Christ that gave of his life, that salvation can be given through his blood. Now tonight, Lord, we thank you for all that has been done, all that is here tonight. As race fans, we get ready to be able to go racing here as we welcome the sprint cars from the High Limit Series to be able to do battle on this Speed Palace right here at Port Royal Speedway against the PA Posse. Lord, it doesn't matter who we like. We just ask for your protective hand to be upon each and every one of those drivers tonight. As all of God's race fans said, amen.
Thank you, Doug. Fans, we ask that you please remain standing. Gentlemen, remove cover. as we prepare to honor America with the performance of our national anthem. Ladies and gentlemen, would you please welcome, here to perform tonight's national anthem, Landon Mack.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we held at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
How about it, Port Royal, one more time for Landon Mack. Great job, Landon. Well, folks, with that, opening ceremonies are complete. It's time to get cars on track here at the Speed Palace. It's time to kick off the 23rd running of the Bob Weikert Memorial, and that means it's time to go all in with Kubota High Limit Racing.
Never gonna slack. No, I'm never gonna slack. No, I'm never gonna slack. You know I gotta come back. Never gonna slack, never gonna slack.
Our first of 4 heat races getting shoved off now. Let's hear who it's presented by tonight, Earl.
This heat race is brought to you by Addicted to Dirt PR and Media Management, who enhances racing teams' visibility and through strategic PR services. A2D can manage your PR for you and provide consulting to help you manage your own PR effectively and affordably to build a loyal fan base and attract marketing partners. Visit A2DPR.com to learn more.
Here's the lineup for heat race number 1 here tonight on the pole from Glendale, Arizona. Driving the Pels Tire Service, RF Knox Company, Newman's Racing Engines, Triple X, DMI, number 1A, it's Ashton Torgerson. And outside of him, from Locust Grove, Oklahoma, the Pella, Avanti Windows and Doors, Big Spring Car Wash, Water Treatment by Design, number 13, Dason Persley.
Starting third from Effort and the Fleet Reps, Risser Motorsports, the Tree Center, Keystone Ag Spray. Car number 45, it's going to be Jeff Halligan. And alongside him from Indianapolis, Indiana, and the NOS Energy Drink, Spire Motorsports, Elliott's Custom Trailers and Carts, Brandt Professional Agriculture of Glenbridge, car number 7, BC, it's Tyler Courtney.
Starting in the 5th spot from Medford, New Jersey, the Mid-Atlantic Transportation, J.G. Cronenberger, Milky Way Restaurant, RBH Group number 67, it's Justin Whittle. And outside of him from Harrisonville, Pennsylvania, driving the Sander Brothers, Mac McGee Motorsports, John Ott Racing, Coleman Farms, number 55, it's Logan Wagner.
Starting in the 7th position from Myerstown and the M&M Painting and Construction, McGrew Equipment Auctions, Baps Paint, Livewire Customs, car number 19, it's Brent Marks. And starting outside row number 4 in that 8th position, he set fast time here this evening. He is from Gettysburg. And the Weikert's Livestock, SpeedwayCars.com, your excavating RV four-wheel drive. Car number 29, it's Danny Dietrich.
And rolling off from the 9th position from Geneva, New York, in the Fratto Curbing Speedway Performance DMI Racing Components, number 22 beats Jonathan Preston. And starting in 10th from Visalia, California, the Iowa Barnstormers, Des Moines Industrial Products, Jersey Freeze Landis, number 2 KS Corey Eliason.
And 6th and final row looks like this to the inside from Sussex, New Jersey. And the Dave Frantic Auto Sales, Rapid Tire, Escape Power Sports Plus, Atlantic Battery Systems, car number 28F, it's Davey Frantic. And scheduled to go outside row number 6, the driver is from Mifflintown. In the Juniata Concrete, Bargain Barn, HP Engines, Big Daddy's Grill and Chill, car number 10 of Jake Waters.
This heat race is also brought to you by the folks at TJ Forged Wheels. They build only forged aluminum wheels using proprietary tooling and exclusive manufacturing processes that clearly elevate their wheels above the competition. Product quality, product safety, and exceptional customer service is what they do. They lead where others follow. Don't settle for close enough. That is TJ Forge. So remember, the heat race is tonight, an 8-car invert for the Bob Weikert Memorial format, and that is why you see Danny Dietrich starting back in the 8th position. The heat races will be 10 laps in distance. The top 20 cars in overall points between the heat races and qualifying will be locked into the feature, with the top 10 re-spinning to find out where they will fit or where they will start in tonight's main event. Then there is no dash, so where you spin at in the dash redraw, or in the redraw, excuse me, is where you will start in the feature. So if you spin and you're the 9th best number, you're going to start 9th. There's no dash tonight. So keep that in mind as we make our way through the program. Tonight, the DJ of the night is Casey Kane, the driver to Enumclaw, Washington. You'll see him later on in, I believe it's the 2nd heat race of the night. Here is his first song on his High Roller playlist. It is Tub Thumping. Casey Kane's High Roller playlist. Whenever that little QR code pops up bottom left of your screen, if you scan it, it'll take you straight to the master playlist with all of the songs that we've released this year. And if you want to look at just a single driver's playlist, you type their name in on Spotify. For example, Casey Kane, you put High Roller playlist, it'll pop right up. You can see his 15 songs that he has on his playlist for 2025.
So lights are out around the Port Royal Speedway. Pace trucks duck into the infield. We go green at the Packers concessions chalk line in turn number 4. Ashton Torgerson, Dason Persley will bring them down, and heat race number 1 is green.
Underway in heat race number 1, almost 4 wide down the front straightaway as they fan out, rolling into turn number 1. It's going to be Ashton Torgerson with the call. He'll show the way, but Persley around the outside. He'll have the top spot down the back straightaway. Torgerson might be feeling some heat here as the 7BC at Tyler Courtney's right behind him. Torgerson goes low. Courtney on the top, trying to build a run down the front stretch.
A little bit of contact mid-pack there off of corner number 4, but will stay green. Tyler Courtney looks down low, and Torgerson for that runner-up spot off of corner number 2.
Back behind, Danny Dietrich. Remember, he was the fast time qualifier. Started back in the 8th position. He still runs in 8th at the completion of lap number 1. Dason Persley showing the way up front in the Boot Motorsports number 13. Then it's Torgerson, Courtney, Whittle, and the top 5 is Logan Wagner in car number 55.
Remember, in these heat races, passing points is the name of the game. This is not your normal Saturday night here at the Port Royal Speedway where the maybe top 5 or top 6 out of the heat races move on into the A main. Not yet. This is passing points as the battle still rages on for that runner-up spot.
We had a change back behind for 7th position. Danny Dietrich got by the number 45 of Jeff Halligan. Halligan tried to slide in front of him. Dietrich drives around on the outside. He's got the 7th spot, though. Dietrich from 8 to 7. That's not exactly where he wants to be right now. He's still got a lot of points in qualifying, but he was hoping for maybe an 8 to 4 run in this one, Earl.
Yeah, and still a long way to go. Next time by, we're going to have 5 laps to go as Danny Dietrich is starting to close in on the 5th or 6th place driver of Brent Marks. However, it's all Dason Persley up front. Last time by, he had a 1.2 second lead. He has increased it to 1.4 seconds.
Dason Persley, former USAC Silver Crown winner right here at the Speed Palace, but tonight is his first ever race here with the wing on top of the sprint car. Makes his way across the line this time by. He's got 6 laps complete and 4 to go in car number 13.
Pursley breaking away from the field. Still in second. You have the 1A of Ashton Torgerson. Tyler Courtney in the 7BC. Still in third. Now we're starting to have a 3-car battle shaping up for fifth. You see the 55 of Logan Wagner running the top side of the racetrack, and Brent Marks starting to close in.
Yeah, Brent Marks is closing in along with the number 29 of Danny Dietrich. Those would be huge points for both the 19 and the 29 if they can get by the 55 of Logan Wagner. Down the backstretch, Brent Marks trying to run the top side of the racetrack to perfection, closing in on the Santa Brothers number 55.
Twin sticks are in the air just 2 more times around. Brent Marks is there, applying the pressure to Wagner. Wagner right through the middle. Here comes Marks. Does he thread the needle off of turn number 2? No, he'll stay right behind. What happens in 3? Here comes Marks. Slides up in front of Wagner off of corner number 4.
A big passing point there for Brent Marks. He goes 7-5, making his way by Logan Wagner down the front straightaway. Wagner still in his back pocket, rolling into turn 1. He'll try and run the bottom. Marks has the cushion wired, and he'll pull away down the back straightaway. Coming by this time by, it's going to be the checkered flag for your winner, Dason Pursley and TJ Ford's heat race number 1. Torgerson ends up in second. Third goes to Courtney. Fourth, the Widow, and fifth goes to Brent Marks. So your winner of TJ Ford's heat race number 1, it's the number 13 of Dason Pursley. Second goes to the 1A of Ashton Torgerson. Third, the 7BC of Tyler Courtney. Fourth, the 67 of Justin Whittle. And fifth, the 19 of Brent Marks. 6th went to Logan Wagner. 7th to Danny Dietrich. 8th to Jonathan Preston. 9th to Jeff Halligan. And 10th goes to Corey Eliason, with Davey Franick and Jake Waters rounding out the field. So Marks with a 7-5 run there. Tyler Courtney 4-3. Danny Dietrich goes 8-7. So not a ton of big movers there in that one, Earl. And that could shake up the top 10 in points by the time the heat races are over, as it looks like Dason Pursley going to stop down in the infield to have a word with Tony Laporta.
Dason Pursley brings the Avanti Windows and Doors Bella Book Motorsports number 13 to a stop and pop off the helmet. Chase already talked about it. Has a victory here in the long and heavy Silver Crown cars, but first time here in a wing sprint car, Dason. Tell me about it. What do you make of the Speed Palace?
A little slow tonight. I don't find any speed quite yet, but no, nonetheless, the track crew's done a phenomenal job with the amount of rain they've gotten, and High Limit, everyone's working hard to make sure we get this show in. So yeah, fun up there running against the fence. A little bit different than I'm kind of used to around here, but nonetheless, Sean and the guys got the car really good right now, and had to win that heat race starting in the front row. So we were able to do that, and just extremely thankful for this opportunity that Tom and Jerry Petty and Big Springs Car Wash and Water Treatment by Design has given me to drive this beautiful race car, and we're just going to keep on clicking away at it.
That is Dason Pursley. He starts up front and did exactly what he knew he had to do, Chase, and that is secure a victory. Dason Pursley locks up TJ Forged heat race number 1.
And you can see drivers starting to shove off here for heat race number 2, which is brought to you by Eli's Landscaping and Services LLC. They're offering a wide variety of services for both residential and commercial properties, including lawn care, landscaping, excavation, and snow removal. You can find them on Facebook at Eli's Landscaping and Services LLC, or give Eli a call at 717-712-9090.
Here is the lineup for heat race number 2. The driver on the pole comes from at 11 in Pennsylvania. It's the Adams Auto Sales, Fredericksburg Eagle Hotel, A.A. Crawl & Sons, Blue Rock Farms number 99. It's Devin Adams, an outside event from Grass Valley, California. In the Napa Auto Parts, Brumos Collection, Durst Incorporated Factory Cane, Self-Storage at Tahali, number 49. It's the Big Cat, Brad Sweet.
Starting third from Raymond, Washington in the CEI Crane and Rigging, Starrett Service, DB Power Washing, TR Crane. Car number 45B, it's Devin Borden. And starting fourth, the driver is from Grantville in the JNS Classics, Click Lewis Cars, Randy Shear Plumbing and Heating, Jim Holler's Maple Syrup. Car number 22, it's Doug Hammaker.
And starting fifth from Mechanicsburg, PA, the Hollinger Allebach Racing, Old Milwaukee, Orange Crate Brewing, Beer Hill Gang number 5, W. Lucas Wolf. And it was outside from Apollo, Pennsylvania, the Mercedes Motorsports, Ducati of Pittsburgh, Hollywood Blasting and Coating, Mount Mechanical, Mav Motorsports, number 42, it's Cy Lynch.
Driver starting seventh from Wells Tannery in the R&R Motorsports, Thompsontown Cornerstone Deli, McEntee Motorsports, car number 95, it's Garrett Bard. And alongside him, driver hails from Dillsburg in the JNS Classics, Whitecap, C&D Rigging, Class 1 Transportation, Randy Shear Plumbing and Heating, car number 39M of Anthony Macri.
And starting in the 9th position from Fonda, New York in the St. Lawrence Radiology, Charles Tibbetts Masonry, B&B Properties, TLM Landscaping number 01, Danny Varon. And starting 10th from Liverpool, Pennsylvania, the Mountain View Travel, Village Square Plaza, High Tech Metal, Smith Titanium number 11 of TJ Stutz.
And final starter in this one from Broken Arrow, Oklahoma in the Concord American Flagpole, Racer Magazine, High Performance Lubricants, Mac Creek Concrete, car number 20 of Brady Bacon.
That is the lineup for DMI Racing Components Heat Race number 2. Let's listen into another song coming in from Casey Kane, a little Kendrick Lamar on his High Roller playlist. Not Like Us, Kendrick Lamar on Casey Kane's playlist as we head to the green flag in DMI Racing Components Heat Race number 2.
Great side-by-side start. Let's see what happens at turns number 1 and 2. Adams leads them. Here comes Brad Sweet right through the middle. He'll lead the Thundering Herd off of corner number 2.
Good race back behind him as Cy Lynch goes by Devin Borden, but he's got the number 39M of Anthony Macri looking to his inside, and now Cy Lynch is not done yet to the inside of Doug Hammaker. Hammaker's the pass right there off of turn number 4. Hammaker hangs on to third across the line. Your race leader is Brad Sweet.
And we got a car coming to a stop there in corner number 4. The caution flag waves. Looks like that is going to be the 0-1 of Danny Varon, and now the red lights come on as we do have a flash fire to Varon 0-1.
Danny Varon climbing out of the car in turn number 4. You can see the front end is folded up on that St. Lawrence Radiology number 0-1. Driver out of Fonda, New York, who we did not see here last night, had other plans for the weekend, but they did get rained out, and so he made the decision to come down here. It sounded like they had a mechanical issue on the truck and trailer getting down here today, and that set them behind the 8 ball, but they did make it here in time. Here is the replay as Varon just gets into the right rear there of TJ Stutz, gets into the wall, and you see that fire. That is why the red flag came out there, Earl. Big fire coming out from under the hood on that 0-1.
Yep, but Varon able to make quick work, able to get his seatbelts off very quickly, and he was able to get out of that car.
Let's go down to Tony Laporta. He's got more on Danny Varon.
Yeah, heading over there right now, guys. But Chase, you're right. Actually, a crew member from Danny Varon's team came in right as we were getting ready to fire off for engine heat. That's probably around the time they got that 0-1 into the pit area. It sounds like they potentially might have lost the engine altogether in their tow vehicle. Getting out here to Port Royal, they were over 3.5 hours away from the track when the engine let go in the Duramax. So, man, talk about rubbing salt in a wound. We're going to check on Danny right now and see if he knows anything about what happened to the 0-1.
Thank you, Tony. As we are officially under a red flag situation here in heat race number 2. We were off to a great start. Brad Sweet is the leader in car number 49, as we'll send it back down to Tony Laporta.
Thanks, guys. Got Danny Varon right here next to me. There's more than just fire extinguishing around this race car, some damaged parts on the front end. First of all, are you okay, and what happened?
Yeah, I'm fine. Just got in there and just touched somebody's right rear and shouldn't have been there. So just my fault. Just shouldn't have been sticking my nose in there when he was sliding across the racetrack.
All right, we're glad to hear you're okay, and hope to get that race car back out. That's Danny Varon, guys, and as you can see, tons of extinguishment put down, drag link knocked off the left front corner, a little bit of damage to the nose wing, it seems like, but yeah, sounds like not the start to the Weikert that Danny Varon was looking for. They're going to get this car back to the pit area.
The one thing that they do have going for them, though, Earl, is the fact that this format, you do not have to be here all 3 nights. You could show up tomorrow and have just as good of a shot as anybody here tonight to win the $100,000.
And we have drivers indicating that are out of the area that are going to come in tomorrow because of that format, right? We don't lock anyone in after the feature events here for the Bob Weikert Memorial. So, yeah, we have a couple drivers still that are going to compete at their home track across the country and going to make a long haul here to the Port Royal Speedway tomorrow night.
We do know that Brian Brown is one of them. We expect to see Freddie Raymer here tomorrow, as well as Troy Wagaman Jr., as well as some other PA Posse members to make their way here to the Speed Palace as they continue to work on Danny Varon's car, about to get it hooked up to the tow truck. Danny Varon, this is just his second 410 race of the year. His first was with Highlander Racing. It was a top 5 finish at the Ransomville Speedway about a week's time ago. And Danny Varon, whenever you get up to New York, you know that 0-1 is going to be a problem. Has wins at 12 or 13 different tracks up there in the state of New York. Unfortunately for Tim tonight, his evening could be over before really it even got started. He got to qualify, he ran not even a lap of the heat race, and a fire erupted in that 0-1, which is unfortunate. Always enjoy talking to Danny Varon when he shows up to us pit area with Kubota Highlander Racing.
Yeah, and you know, shout out to all of the safety equipment that these drivers, you know, put in the race car, and also
Absolutely.
the fire suits as well. Everything doing its job to where, as we said, Danny Varon was able to get out of that car under his own power.
Certainly was, and they are making the final adjustments to get him picked up off the ground and get him back towards the pit area for that crew to begin work on the number 01 to hopefully get him back out here for either the B or the C main. We did not get a lap complete, so it should be a complete restart with Devin Adams as well as Brad Sweet up there on the front row here in DMI Racing Components Heat Race number 2. Danny Varon was supposed to start 9th in this one, so that will help out Brady Bacon. We'll move him up a spot for the upcoming restart. We'll put TJ Stutz and Bacon on row number 5.
So the accident scene in turn 4 almost cleaned up. You see Varon's machine will get the assistance by the wrecker. As once again, drivers making up the lineup here in heat race number 2, Devin Adams, Brad Sweet, Devin Borden, Doug Hammaker, Lucas Wolf, Cy Lynch, Garrett Bard, Anthony Macri, TJ Stutz, and Brady Bacon.
Did want to point this out as well. So Danny Dietrich, 150 points for that run in qualifying for being the fastest overall. He went 8th to 7th in the heat race, which is enough for 63 passing points. So do your math there, and that is exactly how many points he has. Hopefully able to make the top 10 is what he's hoping for, to redraw and spin the wheel and find out where he will start in the main event. And that's another thing, part of this format, Burl, that we don't see very often in sprint car racing. There's no dash tonight.
Yeah, there is no dash, right? And that's what makes the Weikert Memorial special. So as you can see, the accident scene just about cleared up. We're expecting the caution lights to come back on here around the Port Royal Speedway in just a few seconds.
I would like to give a shout out here. I know he only ran 1 lap, but he did get a good qualifying time in as well for Doug Hammaker, a guy that never had a full 410 season under his belt, has been very good in the 358s. There he is on that on your screen, number 22, iconic car there for Hammaker. And he was running 3rd there on that little run. He got by Devin Borden, was having a solid effort. Unfortunately, that caution will negate the pass, but Hammaker's going to be fun to watch this year in Central PA.
Yeah, and tip of the cap to his car owner, Sandy Klein.
Yes.
Putting a sprint car back out here in Central PA. And, you know, the Hammaker family, they are great friends with the Kleins. And Sandy, you know, after unfortunately Jim's passing, said, hey, I'm getting back into the sport in memory of Jim, and it's working out for them. You said it. Doug Hammaker, very successful 358 driver here in the Central PA area. And he's been somewhat consistent here throughout the 2025 season so far. He's still getting used to the 410 power underneath that hood. But, hey, give him a few more races and he's going to be in the hunt.
Yeah, tonight is Doug Hammaker's Highland Racing debut. He does have 3 wins here at Port Royal in the 358 sprint car. His best 410 finish this season came back on April 13th. It was a 7th place result at the Babs Motor Speedway. His best run here in a 360 was a 3rd place finish. That was with URC back in 2024. But as Earl mentioned, I'd say the more important thing is having another car on the track here in the area, racing on a weekly basis. There's a lot of drivers, but not quite as many cars out there, Earl.
Yeah, that's the, I don't want to say a problem, but that's the time we are at right now here at 410 Racing in the Central PA area for weekly competition. But hey, we talk about those feeder divisions, if you will. We have a great 305 field here, and we see a lot of those 305 drivers moving up the ranks. As you can see, Garrett Bard, he came from 305s, and he was in the hunt for his very first Port Royal victory in a 410 last week.
He's in the hunt for a top 10 starting spot tonight. Qualified very, very well earlier on. He's going to start 7th in this one. If you start on row 4, that means you qualified well for the heat races here tonight. As we come to the green flag, once again, we're underway in DMI Racing Components heat race number 2.
Devin Adams in the 99 down low will leave the top side open for Brad Sweet. He'll once again take the lead down the back straightaway. Look at Doug Hammaker. Hammaker peeks to the inside, and he now looks down low. Hammaker in the second. Now look at the 39M of Anthony Macri.
A good first lap for Hammaker, going 4-2. Anthony Macri from 8-4, but Adams back to the inside of Hammaker into turn number 1. Racing for that second spot, slides up the racetrack right in front of the 22 car, takes second back away down the back stretch.
Doug Hammaker in the JNS Classics 22 will once again put a slider on Adams. Adams turns it off the hill. Great side-by-side battle for the runner-up spot. Anthony Macri also right there in fourth. He'll dip down low, looking to take that third spot away from Hammaker.
Macri had a very good opening lap, went 8th to 4th, and now working on the third place car of Doug Hammaker. Down the backstretch, looks to the inside, going for P3 into turn number 3. Up front, don't worry about him. It's Brad Sweet showing the way. That's side-by-side for third across the line.
Both cars sponsored by J&S Classics, going at it for that third position. Now give it to the concrete kid of Macri down the back straightaway. He's trying to close in on Devin Adams for that runner-up spot, this time by 6 laps to go.
6 laps to go. Brad Sweet still shows the way. Devin Adams running in second. Anthony Macri has him in the crosshairs, going to go low and try and put a move on the 99 car. Down the backstretch, closes into 2 car lengths. Back behind him, it's Doug Hammaker in a solid run for the 42 of Silent. He rounds out the top 5. Here comes Macri with a slider for the second spot. Anthony Macri on a warpath towards the front of the field.
Anthony Macri started 8th in this one, right now working on an 8-2 run. The car sticks right through the middle. He's up into the runner-up spot. Close racing right behind him for 4th between Hammaker and Silent, this time by 4 laps to go.
Hammaker was playing dodgeball with a right rear tire there as Silent came up the track, and Hammaker kept his foot in the throttle, scooted around the outside, maintained that 4th position. Silent back to the inside in turn number 3. He pulls up next to the 22 car. Will he have the momentum? No, he will not. Hammaker's got it. He hangs on to 4th as we come across the line, that time by 3 to go for Brad Sweet.
Silent follows Hammaker right through the middle, sides high off of 4. Lap starting to click away. Now Devin Borden has tracked down both of these drivers. We're about to have a 3-car battle for that 4th position.
Devin Borden, the former Port Royal Speedway track champion, trying to get back up on the horse and get involved in this top 5 battle. Started in the 3rd position, dropped back a couple of spots on the opening lap, but trying to rally back here in the late stage of this one and get those spots back.
Devin Borden, former track champion here at the Port Royal Speedway, trying to track down Cy Lynch and Doug Hammaker. White flag is out, final time around. Here comes Lynch, lurking right through the middle. They're side by side at the start-finish line right now. Hammaker holds on to the spot.
Cy Lynch up next to him into turn 1. He'll throw a slider this time. It should clear, and the 42 of Cy Lynch has 4th down the backstretch here on the final lap. Brad Sweet's already across the line. Checkered flag is out. He gets the win. Anthony Macri ends up in 2nd. 3rd is going to go to Devin Adams. 4th to Cy Lynch, and 5th will be the 22 of Doug Hammaker. So there is your winner of DMI Racing Components Heat Race number 2. It's Brad Sweet in the 49. Anthony Macri 8th to 2nd in the 39M. 3rd goes to Devin Adams in the 99. Cy Lynch will go 6 to 4. Doug Hammaker ends up in 5th. Devin Borden 6th. 7th goes to Lucas Wolf. 8th to Garrett Bard. 9th to Brady Bacon. 10th goes to TJ Stutz. And Danny Varon rounds out the field in the 0-1. But Brad Sweet, not exactly the qualifying effort he was hoping for. He's able to get the victory, and he'll head back to the trailer. But we've got to talk about the guy that went 8-2 in that one, and it's Anthony Macri.
Yeah, Chase, I guess you're right. We really do got to talk about the driver that goes 8th to 2nd. Anthony Macri, you made the passes on the bottom, but then when you got away, you were able to go up top. Where do you prefer to put this 39M right now?
I don't know. We felt pretty good. I felt pretty good in the bottom at 1 and 2 there. It's just, man, I don't know. I mean, obviously this car's always comfortable around the top, but I mean, to win 100,000 tomorrow, we're gonna have to move around and run and you know, race in different places. So, you know, can't pound the wall down and got to be able to move around. So, you know, we have this thing pretty dialed in the bottom of 1 and 2. It's just not that good in 3 and 4 on the bottom, but we have the wall to rely on down here.
We do have the wall to rely on. Hey, if you didn't see Grandview, Anthony Macri's steering wheel, it's got those hockey tape balls around the handles of it. He tells me that his steering wheel, you guys, it's ribbed for his performance. I'd say 8th to 2nd in that heat race. Pretty good performance for Macri.
Anthony Macri right now is the high point man as heat race number 3 hits the Speedway. It's brought to you by Royal Beverage. Make sure you stop by to fill your cooler with beverages and ice and ask them about all their great daily selections and promotional items for the Port Royal Speedway. You can find Royal Beverage on Facebook and stop by their distributor at 5530 William Penn Highway in Mifflintown.
Here's the heat race lineup in our third heat race of the night. On the pole out of Minden, Nevada, driving the JST Motorsports, The Ritual, Smith Titanium Factory Kane, Maxwell Racing Oils, number 88, it's Tanner Thorson. And it was outside from St. Helena, California, in the Rico Abreu, Kerbagajanian Racing, Bear Printing, Waste Connection, Spankins Motorsports, ArcZone.com, number 24, it's Rico Abreu.
Starting third from New Freedom in the DL, George & Sons, West End Sunoco, Lakenfelter Mechanical, Beavers Auto Body. Car number 27S, it's Robbie Kendall. Then to the outside of row number 2 from Monrovia, Indiana. In the Skagit Speedway, Race Redeem Foundation, Ford Performance, Hager Realty, Redeem Management, 26 of Justin Peck.
Starting in the 5th spot from Kokomo, Indiana, the Indy Race Parts, DKW Transport, Charlie Garrett Racing Engines, Chalk Sticks Torch Bars, number 71, the law firm, Parker Price Miller. And starting from P6 out of Lubbock, Texas, Horizon Whiskey, Nice Cretan Landis, ShopTruckParts.com, FillPools.com, High Performance Lubricants, number 5, of Brenham Crouch.
Row 4 to the inside from Lebanon, Indiana, in the Sander Engineering, 4Cs Construction, Tally, Altria Plumbing, Sencal Demolition. Car number 14 at Spencer Baston, and starting in the 8th position from Fayetteville in the Drohan Brick, Gotchenauer & Sons, Glenville Station Pub and Grub, Conduit Connections, car number 12D of Lance DeWeese.
Starting at 9th from New Oxford, PA, it's the Imes Auctions, Weaver's Body Shop, Big Daddy's Grill and Chill, KR Perry Trucking, 33 of Gerard McIntyre. And starting from 10th out of Elverson, Pennsylvania, the Charpack Coal, Moose Meadows, CNC Landscaping, Tensor Aviation, number 35 of Austin Bishop.
And final start on this one from Dillsburg in the Chet's Trunks, RV Fuller Drive, Eric's Tint Shop, Bruner Service Center, car number 47K, it's Cody Lehman.
Here is another song coming in from Casey Kane's High Roller playlist here tonight at Port Royal Speedway. The Wallflowers with one headlight on Casey Kane's High Roller playlist. We can confirm you the top 5 in passing points unofficially after 2 heats. Macri, Marks, Dietrich, Lynch, and Whittle. As we come to green in BR Motorsports heat race number 3, Thorson and Abreu are underway.
They drag race in the turns number 1 and 2. Thorson down low. Here comes a run by Abreu. He'll take the lead down the back straightaway as Justin Peck rolls into that 3rd spot.
Justin Peck into 3rd as Rico Abreu's made his way by Tanner Thorson. Looks like he'll come across the line to lead lap number 1. Back behind them, you got the number 27S of Robbie Kendall in 4th, and 5th at this point in time across the line is Brenham Crouch. He got a good start in this one. He makes his way by Parker Price Miller. PPM across the racetrack, cannot get in front of the 5. Here comes Lance DeWeese. He got a really bad start, Burrow, but he's coming back to life here.
DeWeese looking to go 2 for 1 there in turn number 3, rolling the bottom down low. He pulls alongside Parker Price Miller. He will make that pass. Lance DeWeese up in the 5th.
We got smoke coming out of Tanner Thorson's car. He's running in the 3rd spot at this point in time. Car still under power. The smoke dissipates now. It comes back into turn 3. Lance DeWeese now to the left rear of Robbie Kendall. Lance DeWeese from 8th to the 4th spot off of turn number 4.
LD is on the move as now Thorson billowing a lot of smoke out of the left side of the engine compartment. Lance DeWeese starting to close in at a rapid pace. This time by, we're going to have make that 6 laps to go. It's all Rico Abreu up front.
No problems up front for the defending Tuscarora 50 champion. Justin Peck running in that 2nd spot. They are separated by almost a full straightaway. Lance DeWeese is closed in on number 88 of Tanner Thorson. 3 car lengths separate the number 88 and the number 12 as they roll into turn 3. DeWeese might have 3rd off of turn number 4. From 8 to 3, here comes Lance DeWeese.
Lance DeWeese, a veteran here at the Port Royal Speedway, absolutely making the bottom side of this racetrack work to perfection. Now here comes a run by Robbie Kendall. Kendall has tracked down Tanner Thorson. Thorson down low. Kendall up high off of corner number 4. Does he complete the pass? Yes, he does. He threads the needle. Kendall, he's up in the 4th.
Nice move from Robbie Kendall right there up into that P4 position. He started in 3rd, so he's trying to gain some ground back. Tanner Thorson back to 5th. Behind them, good battle between a couple of drivers out of the state of Indiana. Parker Price Miller and Spencer Baston. They go side by side into turn 3. PP PM down low. Spencer Baston tags the cushion off of turn number 4, but Parker Price Miller maintains the number 6 position as they roll across the line.
Parker Price Miller rolls the bottom there once again. Look at a great run by Spencer Baston off of corner number 2. Nose to tail underneath the Bobby Ray Hall scoreboard. Spencer Baston puts the whip to the horse off of corner number 4, trying to keep pace with Parker Price Miller for 6th.
Cannot do anything with them as they roll back into turn 1. Baston just hit the wall in turn 1. Gets a huge run down the back straightaway, but I thought for sure Spencer Baston was getting upside down right there into turn 1. Both those drivers, Parker Price Miller and Baston, closing in on Tanner Thorson. That's the race for the top 5 position. Parker Price Miller with 1 lap to go, trying to put a move on the number 88 car.
Oh, by the way, Rico Abreu already working off of corner number 4. He will see the checkered flag. Rico Abreu will win heat race number 3. Justin Peck into the runner-up spot. Lance DeWeese 3rd. Then give 4th to Robbie Kendall. And wow, great finish there at the line. Parker Price Miller 5th and Spencer Baston 6th.
So Rico Abreu will get the win from the outside of the front row in BR Motorsports heat race number 3. Justin Peck ends up in 2nd. 3rd from 8th goes to Lance DeWeese. 4th was Robbie Kendall, and 5th goes to the 71 of Parker Price Miller. Spencer Baston, Tanner Thorson, Brenham Crouch, Cody Lehman, and Gerard McIntyre round out the field along with Austin Bishop. But the story in that one, not quite able to match the run by Anthony Macri, but still an 8-3 effort for the 123-time Port Royal Speedway winner, the driver from Fayetteville, PA, Lance DeWeese. And the Barry Shearer number 12 is going to be more than happy with that effort right there. Tony, I watched him on the first corner. He was back to 10th by the time they got to turn 2, got all the way back up to 3rd.
Well, I got to watch him down here through turns 3 and 4, guys, and that car was sideways for just a moment. But Lance, you roll the bottom so well around here. I know you roll the bottom well pretty much everywhere. How hard is it to be that patient? How tough is it to not want to just mash the gas and get going?
It's really hard on tracks like this. You just have to have a lot of patience. And I knew that 1 and 2 I could roll really good lining up. I thought I'd be all right down there as long as I could get in there and get clean air on the wing. And pretty good. The car was pretty good there. It needs to be a little tighter, but we'll be all right.
Lance DeWeese putting a masterclass down around the bottom. I hope you guys had as good of a view of it, at least through 3 and 4 as I did. He absolutely rolled the bottom. That car was kicked out sideways for just a moment on entry, but he straight lined it over here, guys. It was a thing of beauty.
123 Port Royal victories that man has in his career. As the final heat race makes its way out onto the Speedway, this heat race is brought to you by Penny and Bank, the official sponsor of the Kids Money Scramble, coming up at the track on August 3rd. Penny and Bank is redefining banking through personal connections and personalized experiences for their customers that they provide. And they also provide banking and related financial services for your communities. Check them out on the web at penny.bank.
Here is your pole sitter for the final heat race of the night. Out of Northport, Florida, the Global Lake Moxie Sports Advisors Creative Product Group number 24D, it's Danny Sams III. And from Harrisonville, Pennsylvania, the Mac McGee Motorsports, John Ott Racing, G&P Distributors, Santa Brothers number 55W, it's the legend, Mike Wagner.
Rolling off in the 3rd spot from York and the Mountain Ridge Metals, Hohenschelt Welding, Traco Manufacturing, GL Capital, Glenville Station. Car number 23, it's Chase Dietz. Then starting in the 4th position from Jonestown in the Low Bar Incorporated, Moose's LZ Bar and Grill, Heavy Equipment, Low Bar Associates, Milton Hershey School. Car number 8 of Brock Zierfoss.
Starting in 5th from Kunkletown, Pennsylvania, the Glenville Station, Jetco, Kreitz Level Track Parts, Downs Automotive number 69K, Ryan Smith. And starting in the 6th spot from Sealands Grove, Pennsylvania, he drives the Rose Post Center Roofing and Contracting, Victory Auto, BK Motorsports number 77 of Michael Walter.
Starting 7th from Enumclaw, Washington, in the Casey Kane Screen Print, Brumo's Collection, HendrickCars.com, Caravan Trailer, Self-Storage at the Holly. Car number 9, it's Casey Kane. Then alongside him from Clue, Texas, in the Fulkins Brothers Trucking, Power Plus, STC, American Table, Bargain Barn, 87 of Aaron Reitzel.
And rolling off from 9th from Sealands Grove, Pennsylvania, the Ag Source Packers Concession, Creasy Signs, Goff Racing, number 12, Blaine Heimbach. From Waco, Texas, to his outsider, the All Ball Your Alternative, Infamous Inc., Bush's Chicken, Flint Rock Ranch, Easy Print number 9R. And out back is Samuel Miller in the 45 45S from York Springs, Zemco Headers, MEI, Matco Tools, Providence Motorsports, number 45X. We Are Green off of turn number 4, final heat race of the night.
Almost 3 wide coming down to the start-finish line as Sam's down low, gets a little sideways in front of the field. There goes Mike Wagner. Now look at Ryan Smith in the 69K. Wow, what a move. He started 5th in this one as we're almost looking to go for the lead off of corner number 4. Smith is on the move.
The legend leads lap number 1. Mike Wagner to the cushion in turn 1. Ryan Smith, a great opening lap, goes from 5th to 2nd. Chase Dietz runs in the 3rd spot. Brock Searfoss across the nose of Danny Sams. He'll throw the slider and it will stick. He's up to 4th. Sams runs 5th now. Challenged down low by Aaron Reitzel. That was a close call into turn 3. Reitzel takes the spot away.
Reitzel, wow, threaded the needle on the bottom, was able to make that pass. He's up into 5th, trying to track down Brock Searfoss. Man, I don't know if something is wrong with Danny Sam's machine, because that car is not sticking where he wants it, as there goes Blaine Heimbach. He's able to make that pass.
We might have a race for the lead here coming up shortly, as Mike Wagner still shows the way. Not far behind is Ryan Smith, and Chase Dietz appears to be closing in on both of them. Dietz in the number 23 hits the wall. He's going to ride the wall, keeps on going down the back straightaway. How did that just happen, Earl?
Unbelievable driving there by Chase Dietz. Battle back up front. Ryan Smith in the 69K, keeping pace with the leader, Mike Wagner. Smith down low off of corner number 2. He's right there within striking distance.
Great stuff at the front of the field. A race for 4th starting to develop as well between Brock Searfoss in the number 8 and Aaron Reitzel in the 87. Back up front, though, Ryan Smith, similar to Lance DeWeese, rolling off the bottom on both ends of the speedway. Mike Wagner continues to stay up on the top side. They are side by side into turns 1 and 2. Who will have the lead down the backstretch? Give it to Ryan Smith.
Last year's track champion, Mike Wagner, not letting Ryan Smith go. Off of 4, still side by side. 4 laps to go this time by. We got a new leader. It's Ryan Smith.
We've got a new 4th place car as well. Aaron Reitzel just threw a slider on Brock Searfoss. He'll take the spot across the line. Goes across the racetrack down the front straightaway. Now goes low, slips to the cushion. Brock Searfoss going to try and build momentum, but it's not going to work. And Aaron Reitzel pulls away down the backstretch. Aaron Reitzel from 8th to 4th now in car number 87.
Reitzel looking to get the best points he can receive right now, still looking to track down Chase Dietz, as Chase Dietz has caught up to Mike Wagner for the runner-up spot down the backstretch.
Chase Dietz started 3rd. A 1 more position right there. A +1 would be huge for that number 23 car to maybe help his chances of making the top 10 redraw. Back behind, Brock Searfoss got a big piece of the wall right there in turn number 4. He hangs on to that 5th position as they roll down the front straightaway. That time by 2 laps to go for your race leader, Ryan Smith.
A mile to race as the battle still rages on for the runner-up spot, and Aaron Reitzel is closing in on the duo of Mike Wagner and Chase Dietz as they see the white flag this time by final time around.
1 lap to go. Who's going to have second when they get back across the line? Chase Dietz, a slider on Mike Wagner. He's got the spot down the back straightaway. Aaron Reitzel trying to get in the mixer on the final lap. Down the backstretch, might have a 3-car battle for second. Into turns 3 and 4. Wagner goes low. Dietz to the top. Reitzel to the cushion. It looks like it's going to be Dietz across the line. He gets P2, but your race winner by a wide margin. The 69K of Ryan Smith gets the job done. So Ryan Smith goes from 5th to 1st in that one in the 69K. Second goes to the 23 of Chase Dietz. 3rd, the 55W of Mike Wagner. 4th, the 87 of Aaron Reitzel. 5th, the number 8 of Brock Searfoss. Then you got Blaine Heimbach, Casey Kane, Mike Walter, Chase Randall, Danny Sams, and Samuel Miller. The finishing order in heat race number 4. So a lot of passing points there for Aaron Reitzel, and a lot of passing points there as well for the 69K of Ryan Smith. We gave you the top 5 in passing points after heat race number 2. After those runs, it's going to be extremely shaken up, as it looks like Ryan Smith is parked down on the front stretch. Not the front stretch, but turn number 3. Let's go downstairs to Tony Laporta.
Ryan Smith going 5-1 there in our 4th and final heat race. So, Ryan, this 69K good almost anywhere it goes. We've seen a few different drivers in it this year with Kubota High Limit Racing. What I got to ask you is, how much fun are you having behind the wheel of it?
I'm having a blast. This thing is awesome to drive. Donnie and Davey got his thing hooked up. The racetrack kind of came to us there, and hopefully we can make the right adjustments here and be there at the end.
That's Ryan Smith. He doesn't have a lot to say because he's got a lot of passing to do. He just got some of it done, going 5th to 1st. We will be seeing more of him, no doubt, later on tonight. Great heat races down here, guys. That was a lot of fun.
Yeah, a lot of passing taking place throughout those 4 heat races, and we're not done with passing Brad Strasser, because we've got
late models making their way onto the racetrack now for their heat races.
Yes, Zimmerman Truck Repair Limited late models coming up. We have 4 heat races on tap for them. 8 laps the distance. Top 5 move in to their A main event.
Heat race number 1 is brought to you by Buttonwood Campground, located just 2 miles from the Speedway along the Juniata River on East River Road. With over 270 tent and RV campsites, Buttonwood Campground has an atmosphere of mountains, rolling farmlands, and fresh country air to complete your camping experience. Make sure you plan your next trip to the races and camping experience around Buttonwood Campground. You can look them on the web at www.buttonwoodcamp.com.
Here's how they line up on your front row. Out of Middleburg, PA, in car number 2 will be Andrew Yoder into his outside. In the K32 from Mifflintown is Trenton Basom. Rolling off in 3rd from Huntington, Pennsylvania, in car number 13 is Brad McGinnis. And outside row number 2 in car number 22 is Casey Steinhoff as he comes from Millville. 5th starter is Meade Hahn in the 7H out of Millerstown, Pennsylvania. And 6th starter in the Weikert Livestock number 29 from right here in Port Royal, PA is Devin Hart. Starting 7th in the 21M from Bel Air, Maryland is Matt Murphy. And